I was like, you know what? Every time he looks at our stream, he gonna have to see that shit now. Every single time, he got to see that.
I'm not even mad, man. You know what? If you gonna be a fair weather fan, that's how you do it right there.
I can see. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not fair weather. I've been with Tom Brady. I've been with Tom Brady as a fan since he started playing. I was never a Patriots fan. I was a Tom Brady fan.
Okay.
I've stated this for the longest time. I'm like, look, I wouldn't have been a Patriots fan without Tom Brady. So when he leaves, if Belichick's still there, I don't fuck with Belichick. So if Belichick's still there, I'm gonna go ahead and dip out. And that's exactly what happened. They can tell you. I said that right after they lost to the Titans. I said, well, that's it.
I can't be mad at that, man. I mean, I got love for the Titans. That's I guess the quote unquote hometown team, but that's not my squad, man. That's not my squad. I got love for them, just not my team.
Gotcha.
I mean, look, man. I can't knock you for being a Cardinals fan.
I've been riding with them since Jake the Snake, man.
Yeah, you've been going for a minute then.
I can't knock you for that.
Hey, I mean, back when I was playing football, of course, everybody wants to play wide receiver or skill position because, you know, the girls love it and they get all the attention. Yep. When I realized I tried to run a slant route, man, and the linebacker took my head off. I said, you know what? Hey, coach, let me play on the other side. I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens. You have a ball whiz past your head and all of a sudden crack. You're like, you know what? I want to be in that position next time.
The bad part is I caught the damn ball, but I took 3 steps and I remember seeing the moon. Like I just saw everything above me.
You know what you just described was something that I went through the last years of me playing semi-pro. The guy overthrew me on a slant, which I was just like, damn, he overthrew me. And all of a sudden, wow. I'm looking up, and I'm just laying there like, can I move? Well, this is my brain talking, but my body's not responding. Bro, all right, it's starting to respond a little bit. Let me try to see if I'm struggling a little bit. Let me try to get up a little bit. And then I'm like, all right, should I go to the sideline? Should I go back to the all going on? Mind you, nobody came out to help me. All I heard on the sideline was like, Jordan is struggling. I heard was Jordan's dad. Oh, he's struggling to make it back. I'm like, somebody help me, motherfucker.
It's like, man, come help me, man.
Bro, I think the worst hit I ever took was on a wheel route coming out of the backfield, and I burnt the linebacker that was on me. And I literally was tracking the ball, but it was dropping right where I needed it to drop, and this safety came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and elbow right to the helmet. Right to the helmet, bro. Yo, everything went black for like 5 seconds. And I got up and I'm like, did I catch it? That's the first thing I said. I was like, did I catch it? You're like, motherfucking catch it.
Man, come catch this damn bench. How about that?
Yeah, I was about to be out for a couple series. That's back before they started benching dudes for the rest of the game. They're like,
right.
You know, you're going to be out for a couple series.
I swear. Everybody grew up, we had those hoop dreams, those football dreams. I swear I was going pro, man. I was a 2-star recruit coming out of high school, talking to them, yeah, I'm doing something. Until you realize, the schools that come to look at you all JUCOs and Division 3s. So
right.
You go to EMCC and you try to practice with them and you realize, I don't need to be out here. Like, these are grown men.
They built different. Even in college, they built different, man. It's like, it's a big transition, you know, so I totally understand what you're saying.
Man, I was like, come on, bro. I could tell, y'all got in trouble. That's why you here. I'm here thinking I got a shot to make the team. Oh, no.
You notice the speed of the game is different, too, bro. Like that's the thing about the rise in competition from high school to college. It's like once you get to college, man, it's like the coaches tell you, everybody's fast, everybody's agile,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally at that point, like that skill gap, like it really closes.
Right.
Once you get to
like, you could tell, like, even from middle school, you already know who was what, and then you turn around, and when you go to high school, it's JV. There's a reason why you got those guys on JV. Then you got a few guys that's on varsity that should have been in JV, but they need to fill the roster. So you knew it. You could tell that the pack was like, it was tight, but it was you got weeded out who was good and who was not. And then once you get to college, like everybody's like on that level.
You low-key always have that kid in JV that should really be on varsity.
Same thing, right? It's the same thing.
But they like, you know, they need him on JV because that team is just straight garbage.
Right.
It's usually a running back.
Right.
A running back or a quarterback. He's throwing the ball to these kids that dropping it. Running backs going and running for like 200, 300 yards, and they can't complete a pass.
No, they're not tired. No, they conditioned for it, right?
Yeah.
It's real different. So we've been live for at least last 5 minutes. So we just been ad-libbing.
For a second.
Go ahead, you good?
Okay.
We ad-libbing, so we just talking. So we are going to be ready for the Madden gameplay stream. You know, this is episode 153. Everybody who always been supporting us, we really appreciate it. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud. My unofficial member, well, my official and my son, he's in the background. He's always making noise. So that's what he does. He tried to tear
star of the show.
Right. He tried to tear down my games while I'm streaming. Because I got like my game rooms in here too. So he'll grab and pull on stuff. So that's what he does. But nevertheless, we have a special guest. I mean, listen, I've been on this guy's music. It's been at least 2 years now. I listened to a few songs that he posted on Twitter, and I thought it was some incredible music. And I've been spreading your music ever since, and it's not even no joke. I mean, from here, I live in South Carolina. I'm from Georgia. I've been trying to tell my buddies, my friends, you know, my mama. I've been telling everybody about your music. I'm dead serious, man. I've been passing it along. That's how DJ got in, you know, learned about your music. But just some incredible music. If you guys don't know anything about it, I got it down in the description. His Twitter, his a link to one of his albums. Definitely pick it up. I mean, this is not. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't. I'm not saying it just to be saying it. I highly recommend it. Now I don't even recommend it. It's required listening in my book, honestly. You know,
country smiling so much over here.
No, but I'm serious, man. I mean, and it's not nothing to just say. You know, I'm saying it just because I've been listening to music for years. I mean, the 80s. I remember 5 years old listening to Too Short on my old Sony boombox. So I've been a lover of music for over, you know, almost, you know, 25 years, 30 years. Mm-hmm. So this is no fluke when I just say this is something y'all guys need to listen to. Well, without further ado, me just keep rambling. Big Zay Mack from Columbus, Mississippi. Man, let everybody know what you're doing, man. We really appreciate you being here.
Man, for one, thanks for having me. I don't know how I'm supposed to top that intro off top. Man, but yeah, I'm here with the fam first from Framerates, man. You know, about to talk some sports. If you want to talk music, we could talk music too. But VF just gave me that incredible intro. And for one, thank you for being a fan. I didn't even know you was a fan like that, but man, I appreciate it, man. I'm let up with everybody through Twitter, and it just been real, the support I've been getting. Right now, you know, I kind of been a little distant off social media because I am working on a new album. I'm trying to perfect it, get it ready for. I'm pushing the next year release because I got some features on there. Some people that really been supporting it, you know. He said he from South Carolina, I'm from Mississippi, third coast all day. Somehow, man, I finessed and got Slim Thug on this album.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
I'm working some more plugs. I don't want to ruin them right
now.
No,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. We don't want to be the ones.
No, just
wait. You say you trying to be like us when you grow up and you got Slim Thug on your album?
Man, look.
Bro, I'm trying to get Azalea Banks on my album at this point compared to Slim Thug.
I mean, the way I'm looking at it, man, I'm just a cat who loves to talk about cars and women, and we drink liquor a lot. That's how I grew up. That's what I've seen. That's all I rap. That's what I know. I don't want to give nobody anything that's fake. All I can do is put myself on these records and put them out to people. If you gravitate towards them, hey, that means me and you just the same. I get it. People work at 9 to 5s, and hey, I still work at 9 to 5. I'm not where I want to be in the music game. So why do I want to just sit back and write raps and rap them if I'm not making no income to push them? So yes, I still work at 9 to 5. I know people who work at 9 to 5, come home, deal with their spouse, their kids. Sometimes they just want to kick back, cut on Sports Center, pour up a glass of Hennessy, gin, whatever you drink. That music is for you because I'm still you. Like
and I think and I think that's why I relate to it, because I'm that same, old regular Joe that goes to work, come home, and with me, I drive trucks, so even when I'm not, at home after a long day work, I'm listening to your stuff while I'm, driving my 18-wheeler. So it's just, like I said, I've always been a big fan of Fiend. Always been a big fan of him. And when I heard that song, I was like, wait a minute. Is this a song from him? And then I found out it was from you, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I got my ear to the street on this. And then when I heard Chariot, that was it. I was like, nah. All through when you put that song on Spotify, right? Yeah. As soon as I heard it, I tweeted to you. I said, "This is incredible," and I went straight to Amazon and bought that album. And I'm not lying. It was like it was in the span of like 2 minutes. I was like, nah. First, I've always been a fan of Fiend. I was like, okay, I listen to any feature that he owned. But it was like, okay, is this just a song with Fiend? Then when I heard Joe song, I was like, no, this guy is legit. I got to get it. And I've been spreading it ever since. Like, not only that, the other album, the other EP you got out, Country Rap Tunes Volume 1, that's the link I got down there. Yeah. Love that one as well. And that's the one that DJ, I turned you on to that one. And that's one that DJ's been on, ever since. So it's like, listen, man, I'm always, like I said, I'm a big fan of good music, and long as good music, especially with indie artists that are like trying to come up, I always try to support them, because, the word of mouth is one of the most powerful things that you have, especially when you have really good content, and it's nothing like it. And like I said, I appreciate you being here. And us, we just some guys and some nerds that talk about games, and and that's the thing, and that's another thing I didn't know that until I learned more about you, that you play games too. So we can jump back and forth with that. So that's how I definitely relate now, because like, tell us a little bit about your game and like what you like to play or whatever.
All right, so some of y'all might hate me out there, but I'm pro PS4. I'm a PS4 guy off top.
Okay.
Oh, we don't play favorites as far as.
No, we don't.
We let them other people deal with that.
Yeah, but no, you good. PS4 is all good.
Let's see. The Last of Us 2 is out. I got it. I just have not played it, because I see that's what everybody's streaming. That's what everybody's talking about. So I kind of tune out to that. But just like I was talking with DJ earlier today, I got back on 2K. I forgot how long it's been since I played that game. I'm still in season 1 on the My Player, sharpshooter, 90 overall. I'm thinking I'm doing something until I go to the park. I realized if you don't got no badges, you trash. So
you ain't lying.
Man, I'm trying to get back on that. I've been playing Destiny 2. Some reason I like that game. It gets my money every time they drop something new.
The real Halo.
The real Halo. That's it.
Right.
Let's see. Fighting games is my genre. I love fighting games. I got Street Fighter 5.
I was about to say, like, I remember, in one of the interviews, you said that you was a big Street Fighter 5 fan.
Oh yeah, man. When America was open, I used to go out for those little local tournaments that they have out here. I'm in California right now, so I pop up at tournaments. I play the game. That's quietly how I kind of plug my music in with some of the people I consider my community as well, because I'm a gamer at heart too. So yeah. Play that. Oh man, yeah, you rap. I got a couple songs talking about Dawson to Street Fighter in it. Like, yo, man, that's you. That's incredible. So I plug that in all the time. I got the Nintendo Switch. I've been playing Super Smash Brothers.
I need to get a Switch. I need to get one.
Man, if you can find one, that's the thing. Because right now,
that's true.
Seems like they want $400-$500 for a $300 console. I'm like, too much for my.
Well, don't feel bad. I got rid of my PS4 a while back, and I recently bought another one. Man. I paid $500 for mine, man.
I've been the main one that's been roasting VF about it.
Yeah, because he told me I should have never got rid of it.
3?
And then the thing about it is, I end up getting caught because my wife knew I got rid of it, but she don't know why. And once she found out, like prior to one of the episodes, she just berated me for getting rid of it, because she was like, "Oh, that's why you got rid of it? You need to get that back." And I don't care what you say. And DJ and Bill's just sitting there laughing at me, but yeah, man. But I had to pay a pretty penny, man. I had to pay over $500 for mine, no joke.
I wouldn't have none of that, but oh no.
Yes,
I'm looking right now.
exactly. That's how she was. She didn't want to hear none of that. Like, you need to get that back.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
looking. Oh, I got the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot over there. I
Okay.
got the DLC. Haven't finished it. Haven't finished. I had finished the main story, I think. Yeah, you beat Majin Buu. Yeah, I did that. I got Pokemon Shield. You can still rap and still play Pokemon. Like I play that, man, because now you can play competitive online. I will play that. But that's really all I really got in rotation. I got a handful of games as I'm looking at them over there. But Destiny, 2K, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot Crash Bandicoot, Street Fighter. This really has all been in rotation for me.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, man. It's
You
just
know they're releasing Crash. That was I think that was just announced.
they doing what now? A new one?
Crash, yeah, Crash Bandicoot 4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. I
I'm
heard
getting that
about
with the
that.
PS5. Believe that.
Yeah,
When they
yeah.
come out with it.
Yeah, definitely. Because you know most of the games that come out around this time, I think it's coming up PS4 too. But most of the games that's coming out around this time, you can almost bet that they're going to put it on PS5 as well.
Got to.
You already know that. I mean, that's kind of like what they did last with the PS3 to the PS4. So that's definitely going to be the case. What are your thoughts about Madden? Because I mean, you rarely even talk about Madden that I know of. Because that's kind of like how all of us, me, Bills, and DJ got together because we wanted a better football game. So what are your thoughts about it?
Madden. I won't say I'm not a fan. I mean, I have it. I played. I was in the league with my cousins, Quentin and them. We did like a whole 32-man league, and when I say that was hell, man, trying to play all those games. But
Right.
Madden seems like it's only geared towards the passing game, in my opinion.
Okay.
Of course, I'm a Cards fan, so if I play head to head, I'm gonna play with Arizona, because everybody loves playing with the Chiefs, the Ravens, Titans. That's all you see. But
Yeah.
I stick with my hometown squad. But some of the controls seem like they are delayed. They swear every year that they improve on some aspect of the game, but when you're actually playing it, you don't feel it. The
Okay.
running is always they suck at cutting, but in real life, you watching them play on Sunday. It's like, man, Derrick Henry, you just truck stick. I'm blasting past everybody. There's no way Aaron Donald should be able to just drop me like that. And I really don't understand. Or if you're playing against the Patriots, for say, there's no way that Kyle Van Noy should be able to halt Kenyon Drake. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things with Madden they had a problem with really having weight and balance to actually mean something. And as far as like you said with the running, they haven't got that right. They got it right in 25, and then they got it right again in 19. But they really haven't touched on, like you said, cutting and moving and turning up field. They haven't really worked on that in a few years. Yeah, it's been a long time, because that's why I still revere Madden 25. That's one of my favorite games because it had a balance, like you said, the passing game, and then you can run the ball as well to the point where you had a balance overall on offense. Like now it's more like they kind of nerf the running once they get it right, because a lot of people, the game's not really geared to people who really want to play straight up.
Right.
And the people who want to play wonky or whatever, they get mad when you have to actually run the ball the correct way. And it's one of the reasons why we don't have it now. It's like we've been analyzing this for a long time, and we try to find fun in it like you do. You play in the league. We usually play, offline, but we always try to find fun with it, and it's just not where it needs to be, especially when you, like you say, you play 2K. Like you look at that basketball game, it's like it needs to be up there with that, and it's just not there.
Yeah, because I can tell you real quick about my league. The fact that, like, for the game, well, I've been invested in my league ever since they put it in the game. I think that was 2K15.
15 was the first time when they really expanded my league.
I believe that.
Yeah, because on my YouTube channel, I actually have something of a series for the My League, and that was quite a journey to sit there and go through like the games, take you through like the training, the scouting, stuff like that, and then to go into playoffs, have like a injury system that works very well, is in depth. Like the injury system, the way it is now, oh man, I've just been in love with how it's been executed ever since. And right now, currently, I think I'm 12 games in, 7-5. Just barely beat the Charlotte Hornets, who fired their coach earlier because they lost their first what 7 games. So they fired a coach that was already on there. They got some guy on there, and I was blowing them out. And I got lackadaisical. I was trying to rest a couple of my starters. They started coming back, and yeah, they almost yeah.
Yeah.
But the stories that form while you're playing in the league is one of those things where okay, like Charlotte firing a coach, they did that. Now I just released Napier, and it looks like I'm about to put Davis Bertans on the trading block because he's not happy. I'm like, he's not performing well. I'm like, I've been giving this man opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to nail down open threes because obviously my offense is geared around Bradley Beal, John Wall being the playmaker, and I'm spreading everything out. But every time he has an open opportunity, he misses. Now, I do have the control set for user control, so I'm like, I'm working on his timing so he can be a better player. But right now it's working, so see what I can get for him. But the fact that you can have a session where you don't even have to play a game. You can go in there and scout. You can look at mock drafts. There's a ticker that lets you know about the injuries in the league, the power rankings. All that is like displayed in the ticker as you're looking at the calendar. You can look at the social media that they have that generates the injuries. There's one guy around the league. He's out with the flu.
Right. But see that's the thing. Like when you really look at something like that, and it's so in depth with not only just statistics. You talking about like other intangibles, like you talking about injuries and coaches getting fired. Like you don't even hear about coaches getting fired in Madden until like the season's over or something like that.
Right.
Or
and then that you can go in depth as far as you can. Of course, you have your hot zones and cold zones. You can, as you're doing your scouting, you can do a comparison as far as player matchups. As far as okay, well, this guy's going to go against this guy. What are the strengths and weaknesses? Who's a liability? What are the strengths? Stuff like that. They even generate okay, these two teams went up against each other. Who will win? And then they go even further. They have this little query system where you can look up very deep statistical data where it's just like, okay, how many NBA teams average 40% from the 3-point line over a given amount of games? You can put stuff like that in and find out where the teams, players, all that stands. So it's just like the game is, plus it's a living, breathing mode with the fact that they'll every year and for you guys that checked out that thread, good on you. Because that thread, pretty much just showed you what my league was all about in that thread. If you go check it out, it's on my Twitter. It's pinned, so it should be under DJ81. It's pinned. You can go check out that whole thread. You know exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, they about to go live, so I'm switching it up. So
now
I was
looking at the time, and I was just like, let me keep talking for a little while.
We can still continue to talk until they go live. So I mean, like I said, that's the thing. Is like that's one of the things that you want to see when it comes to my leagues or whatever. It's just something that we don't have in these games anymore. Like with Madden, like even when the only time you really get successful, like actually having fun or anything like with Zaydu, he played a 32-man league. That stuff kind of balances itself out at the end of the day when you were like just basically having fun with your friends. But for us, it's more like, all right, what are we going to do as far as people who are offline? It's just for us, we just don't get that luxury.
You know what?
Well, what's up?
I think, when it comes to us, because a lot of times when we do play offline, what modes are we playing? That's
okay.
When we talk about 2K, if I'm offline, I like playing the, is it not my team, but the one with the cards, the other one? What is it? My league, my team, whichever one it is?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my
That's
team.
your roster. And so I actually like doing that because you can actually take a team with terrible management, ownership. I'm talking about you, Charlotte Hornets. Come on. I like doing that and rebuilding the roster. Same thing that you do in Madden. If you have a team that's so bad with cap space, I'm talking about you, LA Rams, who owe so much dead money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight up with your players, and come on, how you dismantle a team onto Super Bowl a couple years removed? But if you do that and you take it and you play it, it's like, man, the game is so much better because you built a team that works for you, and now you can structure the salary cap how you want it to work.
But you know what? That's an excellent point because you're absolutely right, and that's one thing that I'm guilty of not doing in the recent Maddens. But like on my channel, I play like the older ones because like I said, I'm a lover not only of just old music or like I said about the Too Short thing. I like playing older games as well. And with the older games I stream on this channel, I do the same thing what you just doing. I can probably benefit from doing that if I was to, just take my mind off the actual mode and just focus on building the team like I do in the other games. So you come up with an excellent idea that, and I know it just sounds like real frivolous because like, okay, you do that with that, why you don't do it with this one? It's just something I have not done with the newer games. Like I never like try to strip people out of a game or strip people off my team on the current Maddens. So it's just that could be something I could do that actually, matter of fact, I tell you like this, I put out a tweet earlier where I said that a couple earlier this week where I said I was going to do Madden 17 and I may even do 21, when I was going to just do a fantasy draft and draft a whole bunch of players on separate teams and just make it interesting because I'll be drafting players for my team. And
you know what? That's what we did with the league. I mean, cut you off. I'm
no,
sorry.
you good.
Okay, that's what we did with my cousin's league because everybody picked the team,
Mm-hmm.
and the draft was completely randomized. But the team is empty. All you got are jerseys, uniforms, stadiums. We didn't do the whole 53 round draft. We did like the first 20 rounds of the draft. So you draft the core of your team. So now whatever decisions you make after that is completely up to you. So if you mess it up, that's on you. If
Right.
It's on you. But seeing that and doing that really made me appreciate, I guess, front offices more. Because now you understand why some teams have to trade Todd Gurley. There's no money for no one else.
Man, you really, and you could call me ignorant because I'm a big stickler for these sports titles. But I do this in basketball, but I never really done it in the current Madden games, and that's something I need to.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, true. That is, but I think that's something I need to do, especially if I want to push that kind of content on the channel. Because I said I'm gonna do something with the current Madden because I don't want to play the old games all the time. I want to kind of have at least a balance at the minimum. And I think you just gave me an idea to do that, not only just with the fantasy draft, but just like other transactions I may need to do just to make the team not only just stacked, but it could be interesting as well.
All right, let me break in. The stream just started, so if you want to,
showing it. No, I'm showing it. It's up. I just want to make sure the audio is good because maybe it's on me. But I mean, everybody's good as far as audio here, but I just want to make sure that stream is good.
Because I wasn't sure, because I had this thing on pause on
Oh no, we're running it. I mean, it's running right now on the stream. I mean, we're going. I mean, they're just talking, so that's why we're just talking over them. But I want to make sure if anybody in the stream, if y'all are in the chat, if y'all can't hear them, because I want their voices to be at least a little bit under us, so we can, we can hear ourselves over them. Just let us know, and we're just gonna.
Kind of important stuff right now. That's why I'm listening on my phone.
I just want to take the opportunity.
Okay, just give us a second. Well, not give us a second, but if you find anything that's interesting, let us know. Because I mean,
well, I tell you what, this chat is trash over there.
Well, that's why I don't have them on the screen. Because I mean,
they're sitting there talking about free MMG. Who gives a damn?
Who's MMG? Am I?
I don't care.
I'm interested to see who plays with what team on Madden. Madden 21's coming out, y'all. Let me know who y'all gonna play with, man. And if you gonna get it on PS4 or PS5, send me your username. We can run Madden 20 or right now, but I want to see what you about.
Let people know what is your username on PS4 because we're not friends on PS4.
Y'all gotta add me. I thought we already had it, fam. Okay, on PS4. If y'all tuning in, whatnot, I'm gonna say it. I'm also gonna type it as well. My username is ZayMack662. That's ZAYMACK662. You drop a friend request on the PS4, I'm gonna accept it. You see me online, we can play 2K, Madden, Street Fighter, whatever. My man said he to go. Hey, send me a friend request. Let's see if he to go, man.
Is that all one word or
Shots
what?
fired.
I'm about to do it right now. Shots are fire. I'm dropping it right now.
Yeah, drop that.
And to homeboy that said the Eagles are going 12-4 this year, go ahead and fly a kite.
And watch it burn.
We got gridiron notes coming out later on.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's a snowball chance in hell that the Eagles go 12-4 this year.
Hey man, I see them really going 10-6. I'm not even saying as a hater. I just see 10-6 because, as we said the last time, you know, I'm participating via chat. Carson Wentz gonna give you a solid 8 games, and he's only gonna win 5 of them.
They're starting. They're gonna talk about run defense right now, so we should probably.
I got you down. I just sent you mine. You'll see it. It's a clean enemy 82.
What are we doing in
And that's mine. And I got the tag VF the gamer.
They talking about
put the audio
defenders again.
Gotcha.
All right, so
revolves around our defensive gaps and run fit system.
let us know in the chat if y'all can hear them. If I need to turn it up, let me know.
And
Yeah, turn it up.
camera and field players in that run fit system.
'Cause that's the highest it can go.
Simply put, Madden 20.
All right, I'm gonna listen on my
It was
phone.
too hard to stop the
Defense.
run for a lot of players, and a lot of players relied on
That's
it.
something that really doesn't work on Madden either. Run defense.
We did a number
Nah.
of things. They're all
Yeah.
outlined in the blog.
You got to use it most of the
Later, I'm
time.
gonna talk about a few of those
Because
things.
if you
First
don't,
of
they're
all,
going for at least 40
relative
yards.
to the best players,
Yeah, sad thing is I control the
defenders,
free safety
what
and
we're
I
doing,
don't switch.
it's all about
So
pursuit.
Oh yeah,
Because
so
I control
so
the defensive end.
yeah, that's what I do. I'm a defensive end guy. So if you run that thing with the safety, I know you got to work hard to stop the run.
Yes, he does.
oh no, I just make sure I call the right plays. I don't even because I try to like just study the patterns of their play calling. I just figure it out from there. And plus, I use my safety to stop the run too. That's the way the Redskins system works.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my man Daniel Daly said got to turn up they audio. I believe my man VF just did that though.
Yeah, I just turned it up. I turned it up on the in the studio mixer and on his chat, so it's as high as it can go. So if they can't hear, that's on them because I know our voices are good, so it can't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the line of scrimmage,
My man J Hat 24/7 said, "Where Jamal Adams going? He wants us to get."
He said
We were kind of talking about that.
yeah, we were talking about Tuesday. He said he want to go to Dallas though. He said he want to go to Dallas.
I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they got money issues though. That's the thing.
He's gonna stay put. They're gonna break the bank for him.
You think so?
You don't let a talent like Jamal Adams go anywhere.
That's true.
That's what's wrong with the management for the Jets. They make bad decisions. Going after Le'Veon Bell with a terrible offensive line. Come on, that should have told you something right there.
Yeah.
You went after a name. Like you went after a name. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
I already said Jamal Adams doesn't want to go to that plantation. Not want to go there. I'm like, Prescott, he left the plantation. Like,
the thing about it, the Cowboys, the team itself, the logo, the uniform, playing form is so iconic. I see why people want to go, but Jerry Jones and the antics that he do and what's been going on recently, he makes it so bad. Like I can see why players want to play for the Cowboys because of the prestige of the uniform and what it means. But it's like Jerry Jones, like he makes it so difficult to be like really on board with that. You know,
y'all hearing what they're saying? They're saying some important stuff right now.
I mean, we talking. Let us know what they're saying.
I mean, this is supposed to be a live reaction video. We're talking about the Cowboys.
But I mean, it's a live reaction to gameplay. I mean,
I'm looking for that. You can tell me all this.
I agree. Bill, no. All serious, no. Bills, what? Give us a little synopsis. What they say so far, honestly.
Hold on.
They'd flip plays.
So they were talking about the run defense, and they basically were saying that this year is going to be a lot harder to run on the outside and the inside. But the reason is because they changed the AI for the force defenders, and the defenders are actually filling gaps. They're going to have different blocking animations and different impact animations now, to the point where sometimes it'll just be their job to basically blow up a lane. So they're not going to be trying to shed. They're literally just going to this is shit that we've talked about before. So
Right.
like kind of important. Like, you know, when you have a forced defender, they're not trying to shed and actually make the play. Sometimes they're trying to force the play elsewhere. So now they're actually simulating.
That's
So what's
interesting.
different than it now? Like it's hard as hell to run now.
You know what's funny? I've done that with the safety. Blew up a blocker to force a play either inside or delay it going outside, so my other teammates could pursue and tackle. So that's good that they're gonna have the AI do it.
I know
but
tackling was one of the things that we also there was a lot of sentiment and feedback regarding.
Okay,
that,
tackling improvement.
whether it was open field tackles
Okay.
or tacklings. And
That's gonna be
in general.
interesting to see.
We want to talk a
what
little
is
bit
tackling
about
improvements
tackling
gonna be.
improvements coming.
Because the tackling never wasn't really an issue.
Yeah, so
The main thing about it was like the animations. I mean, you can take somebody down in Madden, but just the way it was done is the problem. You know, like you got some wonky tackle animation. Madden 15, everybody tackle with their chest. It really had. They kind of broke it down in 19 and 20. Like it was really good tackle animations, but it wasn't like where that some just wouldn't trigger. Some would, it just depends what happens when you do take someone down. It just didn't look as realistic as it could. So it'll be interesting to see how they
I
do
don't
this.
like that. Actually, no, I do like what they showing. You know, so they're showing Kyler Murray right there. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's also going to tell me a little bit about well, they're not going to say anything, but the replay system, because if they ruled that a touchdown and his knee looked like he was about to go down, what can I challenge?
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Yeah, that's something, because that visual right there could, not to say that it's a touchdown, but if you want to challenge it, that looked like something that could be challenged because it's so close. Like, would Madden do that or not? You know what I mean?
Basically, you're going to feel your momentum respected a little bit. For example, dive tackles. A lot of times you.
They keep showing the same two.
Chris Thomas says Jamal Adams going to be to the Bucks.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what he was saying earlier. Yeah.
Continue that
I
momentum.
don't know about that. We said that last stream though too.
Yeah, if that happens, I can't lie. The Bucks, Bill's new favorite team, might be a problem.
Yeah.
So what they're talking about with the tackling is they're saying now that, you know how last year when an impact block happened, that a guy would kind of lose awareness of the fact that he was near a ball carrier, even though he wasn't in an interaction.
Right.
So this year they said it'll be more seamless. So when you get into an impact block, but you're not like, you know, you'll be able to still make a tackle, and all the AI will be, you know, the same thing. They'll be more aware that they're not in an interaction. They can still tackle the ball carrier. So that's good. Because a lot of big runs happen as a result of that.
Yeah, you've been talking about in that regard. So I'm just kind of cycling through these clips right now.
And I'm seeing that they're talking about location-based tackling. Funny, under the hood, I kind of talked about that as far as like what they needed to do, more contact points to provide like a more contextual, organic tackling.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's probably what they did. And just did the transitions as far as like the animations are concerned into that contact point.
Right.
These are actually location-based tackles, what we're talking about, and they can trigger at the pylon.
All right, so they said that the reaching out for the ball and things like that are going to be driven by ratings and traits.
Yeah, I remember
much.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That's going to be interesting.
They said ball carrier vision, awareness, things like that.
Figured it. I knew it.
Failing to reach if the defender wins.
Hey, they going live in the chat. They said my man is a bandwagon Bucks. They talk about you, Bill. They talk about you.
Wait, what do you say?
The bandwagon Bucks.
Who said that?
He said, I see it in the chat. So somebody said bandwagon Bucks. I know Chris Thomas. I know Chris Thomas. Chris Thomas is from Tampa, so I know that.
You said Jalen Hunter said that?
Yeah, in the chat.
Hey, he said bandwagon Bucks. Hey, he coming for you, man.
Yo, Jalen Hunter, real quick. Y'all gonna have another parade to ban the refs when y'all motherfuckers throw a pick in overtime? With your bum ass team. You got one Super Bowl with Drew Brees and one Super Bowl appearance with Drew Brees. Sit your ass down. And your name is spelled stupid too. Who the fuck puts a Y in Jalen?
Oh man, why you going for his head? Jalen,
Anyway,
man.
I got a question. Do y'all see the interface of pick and plays? I think that looks pretty clean.
Yeah, they cleaned it up.
That does look clean.
That looks really
They
clean.
softened- It looks
That's
they
all.
softened it up a little bit, like
Right.
the font
About the
different.
Yo,
to
do you
read.
see? Yo, I see something interesting with that though.
What's
Oh,
that?
the tabs?
You can adjust. You can adjust their depth for yo.
Yes.
Wow.
About time. Yeah, I was about to say, I
About
said the same thing. I said the same thing. Zay. About time.
I want you to talk a little bit about this because again,
Oh, wow.
Okay, now this is what we're talking about. All right.
Is going to be
Okay.
Hey, Ravens Nation. He reinforcing that you are a bandwagon Bucks fan.
Bro,
you right now, Bill.
Ravens Nation. Ravens Nation. I don't care if you call me a bandwagon Bucks fan. Weren't you the one that said Derrick Henry wasn't gonna run for 100 yards that game?
Damn near 300.
Derrick Henry turned your free safety into a lead
Yeah,
blocker.
that's exactly.
You talk shit about me.
Our man A-Dub, our resident expert.
Oh,
Anthony,
man.
And the fact that the Ravens can't win a playoff game right now. So
Right, come on, man.
From CGD. They came together. And
How do y'all feel about Lamar Jackson being a cover athlete?
Well, I don't have a problem with that.
I think it just makes sense,
Yeah,
like
it makes
according
sense.
to how Madden just picks on the hottest thing at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that would be the first time two quarterbacks 2 years in a row, right?
that is true. Yeah.
That I could think of, yeah.
5 yards all the way to a max.
I'm trying to
I
no.
still think the best Madden
yeah.
cover was, I want to say Madden, it might have been, what year was that? When Arizona went to the Super Bowl, team that had Fitzgerald and Polamalu on the cover, still the best cover ever because they
Well,
had
I
a
take
corner.
that. Madden 08, Madden 09, we had two quarterbacks back to back with Vince Young and Brett Favre.
Oh
Vince-
God.
Man, one of the biggest.
What could have been?
What could have
Okay,
been?
so they said when you do these adjustments for zone depth, it automatically turns off their match tendencies.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well,
So that's the only thing you have to keep.
Yeah, you got to be careful then. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Also, you have to use them, it sounds like.
We talked
Could be.
Yeah.
You might have to use them if
All
you're
right,
doing
here we
that.
go. Quarterback and passing.
It's like a risk and reward to do that. So I can appreciate the consequences of it.
Kind of the QB and passing improvements. That are
Yeah, I agree with that.
Talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that. I'm going to go ahead and transition over here to the
Earl Thomas is a Seahawk, not a Raven.
Yeah, you say that now.
That's true. That
You
is
say
true,
that-
Ravens.
You say that now.
Hey, Jalen Hunter says Saints going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we ain't hearing that. Yeah, they
He
say
wants
that.
you to know that.
And what that lady said when they lost? They've been doing them dirty every year since last year.
They ain't going to the Super Bowl. They going to the trash bowl.
That thing was funny. That lady was in front. Hey, that lady was in front of the Superdome saying, every year since last year they've been stopping us from going to the Super Bowl. I said, what?
Hey, yo, these graphics are fire. I give them that. They look good, but I don't think that's real gameplay.
You don't think so? I think this is legit.
Yo, this is a huge indictment on their dev team.
Okay, what's that?
They said last year it was ability based on abilities that you can throw out of a sack. Now everybody can throw out of a sack. Come on, fam.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that should have never been the case. It's almost like that ability we were talking about with Aaron Rodgers, Bill.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
everybody was crying about. Yeah, and they using Aaron Rodgers for this example. So it's funny. And then they showing Baker Mayfield. Of course, they cut it before the cut scene where everybody's like the same height, and the guy who's 5'11" looks like he's like 6'5". Okay.
Oh yeah. And they got Kyler Murray looking like he Jadeveon Clowney out there, man. That's how tall he is.
That's good to know.
Yeah, DJ, didn't you say the same thing that about the height of the players was kind of off?
That's what I just talked about. Like it's a legacy issue with the canned cutscenes. It's like they celebrate on the field real time, but then you have the cutscenes on the field that the players are the same height, same with the ones on the sideline, and it's just it's crazy. They said they were supposed to get rid of that, and they broke that promise like the following year.
Right.
Some stuff has been already put out there in the
I wonder if that's a legacy issue as far as programming goes. I'm kind of curious about that.
Kind of covering to give more context, but again, just wanted to call that out. Now, Clint, I know last year.
Don't forget
I'm about to say my man on the left looks like Jason Witten a little bit.
so
So I thought it was at first.
I'll go ahead and play it. I think this one.
Yeah, and it's funny he has the Redskins jersey in the back, and it's clean. That's probably a
Bro,
game.
how do you have this
That was a
community
game
man?
one
This
jersey,
motherfucker
by the
don't even know
way.
Name a simple quarterback.
I have it right here. Yes, I do. I have it right
Got a
here.
game worn
Right here, this
jersey that
video.
looks clean as hell.
We're
To
under
tell you
Bro,
pressure.
the
what,
community
Naturally,
manager
so
that's
a
doing
little
this
bit of a
interview
clip
with
right
Clint
here that
doesn't
you
even
see
know
from
the
the
name
video.
of Baker Mayfield.
Apologies
This
about that.
motherfucker
Well,
stumbled
Talk
over his
more
name
about
like
that. We
5
can.
times.
Well, that goes to show you the situation with Madden. I mean, they always have, and shout out to the NLCS podcast. They've been saying this for the longest. Like the community managers, like the Ronnie 2Ks or whatever, they need a community manager that's not only knowledgeable of football. They need somebody who's passionate about football. And
I'll say look, no, just to cut in, just look at their backgrounds. Look at it. Dude is sitting in office, nothing about football. Of course, Clint got everything about, got all that.
there you go. There you go. Exactly.
One thing I'll say, they're talking about the passing. They said now the quarterbacks will contextually speed up their animation based on the pressure that they feel.
Yeah.
Oh, so if they're a bitch, they're gonna throw a little faster when they're under pressure.
And that might go into traits too. That might be something interesting.
That's kind of a low statement because what if your release is ass? What if you're a Ryan Tannehill and you don't get the ball at your hands that fast?
Ooh,
So
that
how
sound
do
like
you do it for a rookie quarterback? So you mean to tell me Joe Burrow who might be toss it real quick? Is it based off what he
Well,
did?
they know. Well, I guess it would be based on their natural animation, and then that would just kind of speed up based on how much velocity they be putting behind the ball according to the pressure that they're getting on them. I suppose. I guess
That means Tom Brady's not throwing passes to nobody. Then,
I know
huh?
we talked about
Hey, I gotta shoot shots whenever I see him. Gotta shoot shots.
Well, I tell you what, if they are in that animation, that herd animation, I hope there's a penalty to accuracy.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is one thing I
Absolutely.
was excited to talk to the community.
Ravens Nation in the chat said, I wish we could see more aggressiveness and bigger hits from the defense, but I don't think we're going to ever get that. Probably not. The NFL themselves. This is not a Madden issue. I think that's more of an NFL issue because they don't want to see They don't want to see big hits and unnecessary rough. They don't want to see, which I think is stupid.
They took the injury status concussions out the game, but meanwhile, other games they have concussions in the game. They just know how to present it.
On 2K.
Yeah, a basketball game, you can get concussions in a basketball game. It's
right.
I just told you they can get the flu. So I'm like, but that's another thing. They do have an injury status. Well, it's an injury status, but they do have a status for suspensions in 2K. And they don't pop up, but what I do is I had a number generated based on the number of the team, the number on the roster that would randomly pick a player to suspend them for whatever reason. And I had a random number system for what the reason was.
Okay.
So I'm starting not to like how it looks.
The game look. This is the current gen version of Madden. It looks to me, it looks like Madden 20 to me. I don't see a visual. I don't see a visual upgrade to the point where I'm like. It already looked good to me.
Well, I know what player person.
I'm just waiting to see what. I'm just waiting to see what. I'm just waiting to see what the PS5 version looks like.
This might be interesting.
I know you guys added.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see what the PS5, PC, or the Xbox Series version looks like. That's the one I want to see.
I want you to, if you're cool with it, if you want to go ahead and walk us through some of that stuff and talk through it, I'm just going to go ahead and put them up here on the screen while you talk about this.
More control to. We said that last year, man.
This is kind of more specific.
Wait a minute, what's that thing that says trust next to Lamar Jackson?
With this, but
I think that looks like a username
to the players at this time.
No, that looks like an X Factor ability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an ability.
Yeah, it is. It's probably his personal trait, yeah.
Customizable enough that it's going to take into account
Trust.
actual
That was one of the things he said.
Right,
Trust
that's
and believe.
Right.
Okay, so that's the new X Factor then.
Hey, that's hard. That's hard.
That is. That's nice.
That's hard. Your big trust.
Okay, look at Tyrann Mathieu. You got reinforcement.
And what's the name had momentum shift. I saw that.
Chris Jones, he's a defensive tackle, got momentum shift. So we're looking at a couple of the X Factors already.
So now they're saying basically if you're in 12 personnel, which is obviously one running back, 2 tight ends. Now
Ravens
for example.
Ravens, they didn't misspell it. I'm like how he says it.
That's how he said. That's how he put it.
Right.
Yeah. So they're saying when you audible out of a play and you're in 12 personnel, now you have access to every play in your playbook with 12 personnel.
Okay.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
That's smart. I like that.
I really like this interface. This looks really clean.
It's clean.
It looks really clean. I will say that because they try to do with the extra graphics and all the stuff. stuff in the past, Madden.
Player fatigue for out of position ball carriers.
I like that.
Information outside of what we officially release, so it's just kind of really great to kind of check that stuff out. Let's
So
go
that's
and
what
talk
that said.
about
Out of
for
position ball
carriers. I know
carriers.
this was a thing last year.
OOP.
And a frustration point for some players. So let's go ahead and talk about that. I do have a screenshot of that as well, but let's talk about that first.
Yeah, this is another interesting change that is going to introduce the concept of workload management in our game. And the motivation for this change really was one of our biggest detractors.
Based on competitive.
20 was the rate at which scrambling quarterbacks fumbled. And I was pretty open with our community for years that we had.
Of course, because they're pansies.
Especially on competitive, because there really is no risk to putting your quarterback in harm's way like there is in the real NFL. And while there's still not going to be things like injuries on the competitive side of the game, what this is going to do is start making stamina and fatigue more of a factor. And this feature right here is basically if you are
So this is for more for comp players.
As your primary
Yeah.
player,
Okay.
what I mean by a gadget player is anybody whose natural position is not a running back.
That's a nice looking picture right there of the guys on the field, though.
Especially on sticks and
With the heights proper for once.
Yeah, I think this is.
Are you sure? That's a camera angle.
No, but it does.
Yeah, but still, that's
looks
live
right.
gameplay.
Yeah, that's because that's in the middle. You picking a play. That's right. Yeah, it does look good though. Okay, let's look at these other X factors real quick. Pat Mahomes got bazooka. Travis Kelce got double me. Okay, those are the ones that always been there.
Yeah, those are the ones that are already in there.
And
So
what's
right
the one
now,
that what's the one that Tyreek Hill has? What does that say? Rack 'em up? Is that
Yeah,
one?
it's rack 'em up.
That's an
It's
old
rack
one too.
'em up.
Jackson, giving him
Mhm.
30 carries a
Okay.
game.
So far, Trust is the new one. I don't think Momentum Shift was in the last. Was in
No, I
that.
think that's a new one too. Yeah.
Okay, so they inadvertently revealed two new X factors.
One of the things I do want to
All right.
talk about, like last year,
My son gets about to go to sleep. He is crying. I can tell he's about to go to bed.
Stuff that went into
Not babies get when they get sleepy.
My personal experience has been.
Yeah, it's just like Trump in the morning.
11 is that.
That man was apparently ranting yet again this morning. I was just like, you know what? Shut the hell up.
And how players are receiving it.
Let's see what we got.
Can we walk through some of the
Ability
improvements
improvements
that are happening? Because I know that was like a big conversation for a lot of players this year. So if we can go ahead and talk about that. I have some slides over here regarding.
Got people asking questions in their chat talking about who's the announcer and blah 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 blah. Like,
Yeah, before we dig in, there's
Maybe
two
ask some
things I
dumb
wanna
questions.
mention to the community. So, first of
yeah,
all,
well, at least they stopped
this is
that
not all.
whole
There's
free
more. This
MMG
is just the
bullshit.
first-
They were
Yeah, who is that? Do anybody know?
There's
No.
more ability information coming very soon, both on abilities from last year and new abilities.
somebody put remove abilities, and then somebody listed franchise.
In the first year that we introduced the ability system.
Oh,
we
okay.
expect
Chris
to
Thomas
see
said
some
momentum
into
shift
our
is in
game.
Madden 20.
We
Oh,
call
okay.
that
Okay.
game
So
context.
so
And
far
in the first year
one
of game
new
context,
X
we
factor
acknowledge
has been
And
revealed.
it's from the cover athlete. Kind of typical, you know. The cover athlete always the one to get the props.
To go after a lot of those abilities and make them
Well,
better.
one person made sense in
So
that
I'm gonna
chat.
just
He
talk
said, "Get rid of
generally through
Moss."
some of the bigger
Yeah,
units.
that shouldn't have never been in the
Points we're gonna
game.
cover.
Right.
The first two are wide receiver route abilities and coverage defender abilities.
Okay, this is interesting.
The Ravens Nation talking about get rid of X factors.
Man,
Just
X
turn it
Factor
off.
make Madden, bro. Like they make Madden what it is right now. They really
Yeah,
do.
And plus, if you don't like it, turn them off.
You can
Like,
turn
yeah,
them off.
right.
So they said now that those abilities for route running are tied more so to areas of the field instead of assignments and things like that.
That's interesting.
Under 10 yards.
Then that means would that get rid of those
abilities are
the timing differential between the dropbacks and the route?
My man says, "Are you excited for Madden 21?"
And I also
It's football. I love football, so I'm gonna play it because it's football. Am I excited? I don't think excited is the word.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not excited. I'm just. You gotta understand, like for us, like me, Bills, and DJ, we've been doing this for a long, and I'm pretty sure you have too, Zay. We've been doing this for a long time when it comes to Madden coming out every year, and it got to the point where it's like, here's another Madden. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
It's not like, oh man, I can't wait. No, it's just,
Oh, I don't like this.
that ship has sailed. So what is it that you don't like?
Okay, what's going on, Bills?
So they're basically saying that I guess people complained last year because some of the pass leading was a bit too inaccurate and uncatchable, they claim. So now apparently they're going to nerf that and make them all catchable. Even though we talked about for years wanting uncatchable passes.
I don't think that's fair, because even if you watch people play football, I'm pretty sure all of us in right now, probably watching this chat and in this podcast, we play football at some level. Nowhere you can complete every pass that's being let.
Yeah, and exactly, and some passes are legitimately incomplete passes because they go short, they overthrow, they to the side. I mean, that's just quarterback play. I mean, that's
exactly,
that's just how it is. So if you're going to say every pass is going to be catchable or somewhat catchable, that kind of like you said, Zayman, you said there's a problem with the passing. It's really going to be a problem now.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're gonna nerf it like that, me being a Cards fan, I'm gonna like this new Madden because I already see a lot of dropbacks to DeAndre Hopkins being completed. So hey, I'm fine with it.
This does have audio in it.
Shout out to the Texans and all my Texans fans. Hey, I'm sorry, but your coach did that, not us. He gave them to us. Man. I'm sorry.
He gave it away.
Man, I roasted that dude.
So with that being said, what was your thoughts when you found out that trade went through?
I thought it was really fake news, I thought that it was really fake. I saw them like, nah, somebody's trolling. But then the score said it. Bleacher Report said it. I knew it was real when ESPN said it. Then the notification on my phone for the NFL Network said it. The little Cards app I got said it. I'm like, oh my God, like this is really real. Okay, I'm not mad.
Y'all got him for y'all got him for
3-4 years.
Right, y'all, yeah, exactly. Y'all got him for like what a pack of cards and a pack of
bubble gum.
Yeah,
pack of cards, bubble gum, and some old sunflower seeds.
And
old ones.
But we also have some
all because my man was carrying a tiki.
I know anytime
Tiki toy. Wow.
All because he was just like, he brought D-Hop in there and was like, I don't want to see any of your baby mamas, whatever.
That was like so disrespectful.
Why did they put the truck on? What the fuck?
Hey, hold up.
Oh, they put the truck on why?
Absolutely, I do.
Oh,
Really
that's how it used to be.
On, bro.
That's how it used to be on in Madden 07.
Bro, put the truck where it was and put Hurdle on Y. Why would you do that?
Am I playing 2K the jump ball, or am I playing
Matter of
Madden?
fact, that's what it is. That's what it is. The truck stick used to be Y on 2K5, I think.
That's what it is, man.
I think it was
Hey, Doug Thomas the third. Yeah, I'm excited about D-Hop too. I'm in California with it, but damn, I'm excited, bro. The jersey's already in the closet, man. You feel me? Kyler Murray in the closet. Fitzgerald in the closet. I'm ready, bro.
I need to get a Fitz jersey before he goes to retire. I really need to get one.
I got the color retro. I think it's the hardest uniform we've ever had.
I need I need the newer one that they got, and I need the old one when he first came in the league.
Finding that is hard. The only old one you'll find is probably Pat Tillman, bro.
Yeah,
damn, everybody in that Twitch chat is saying the same thing. Bill is saying.
The truck is why.
You know why?
The only people understand the why is the truck stick is people who played like back on PS2 and OG.
Chris Thomas know what's going up. Chris Thomas know what's going on. You see, he know what's going on.
Yep, it's that same
He
configuration.
hit it on the money. He hit it on the money right there.
Kind of swing the stick at the top.
But seeing this right now kind of makes me like, you know what? I'm gonna get Madden. Am I gonna get it day one? I doubt it.
Right.
Well, I'm being a snob and I'm getting it on PC. Well, hold up. Let me step back. Still speaking about the franchise mode, but more than likely I'll be getting it on PC. So it'll probably be no console purchase.
When the beta goes live, I repeat, we need the players' feedback. We need you guys to test this out and let us know how you feel about that.
It does remind me of the highlight stick. It does.
Truck has been
They're talking about they need feedback when the beta goes live. Bro, here's a feedback right now. That's stupid. Put the Hurdle on Y.
Get them, Bills.
To the way it was before.
Bro,
that's
just stupid.
So we need your feedback. Another important.
Oh man,
I'm
you talking
checking my
about
email.
Bob Sanders jersey, man. You know what, Ravens Nation? I hope you find it, because if you find it, that's a rare jersey, bro. That's rare.
I agree.
That's rare, man.
You talking about the Bob Sanders one?
Yeah, he might get that customized somehow.
He might have to do that. Or you know what? He might can get off that website I sent you a while back. You remember when you wanted that Colin Kaepernick jersey?
So that's now a one button. On
Yeah.
the left
You
trigger.
might can find it on there. You might. I ain't gonna say you would. You
And
might find it
that
on
means
there.
that there's no
I'm gonna
more
tell you,
steerable.
I got a Colin Kaepernick jersey. Do you know how much I paid for it though?
Oh man, how much you pay for it?
Oh, I spent. It's not even stitched. It's not the on-field jersey. It's the one that Nike makes. It's the black alternate one. You know, with the screen print numbers. Man, I spent $260 on that.
Oh,
But I wanted it for the cause. And I wanted
feel you.
it.
I feel you. No, don't get me wrong. I feel you. But that's steep right there, bro.
But I had to do it. Just like I wanted those Air Force Ones. So I saw what they're going for. I'm like, you know what? I'll make a decent amount of money, but I'm okay. I don't want them that bad.
Let me see if I can find that website for you.
Agent K's probably
Ravens Nation.
Yeah, Ravens. Let me see if I can find that jersey for you, that website.
I think what I'm mad right now is
Yeah,
my
somebody in the
lighting
Twitch
situation.
chat just pointed this
So
out.
for whoever
No more
decided to
back
do these
juke.
streams
I'm
late
like,
at night,
it
poor lighting
still
in the
kind of
house,
is the
get me better
back
lighting.
juke.
That
It's
is all
just
I'm gonna
the
say.
new
Clint right
animation
here
is
with
New
the
animation is
box
not
with
bad.
all those books and stuff like
Right.
that.
It's
I need
basically
some
what
more
it was
production
supposed to
help me
be.
out here.
To me, when
Plus,
I
my
did
room
it,
is not
I
favorable
felt
for
like
lighting.
that should have been
So
dead
again,
leg
if
a long
you're
time
getting a lot of
ago.
white glare,
Yeah.
it's probably coming from my monitors.
So they
But
just
no, not
completed the
we'll talk a little bit
animation,
about
but
that,
it's
and I think
basically the
it's a good
same
point to call
thing.
out,
You'll
Clint,
get the
because
same
I
type
think
of
at the end of the
animation
day,
result,
it's
and stuff
just
like that.
I
important
think
to
this
get
is the same.
full
I think this is the
feedback on
same
these
website.
things. I'll
Ravens
talk a little
Ravens
bit. You
Nation.
alluded to the beta. I will talk.
Think
at the
this,
end
but
of
I
the
know
stream
they
about
got
that,
all kind of
and
jerseys
what
on this
players can
website right
expect
here.
going forward. So
They
before we
legit.
do
Trust me.
that,
If
let's
you
go
have
ahead
said
and
it is
talk about
official,
pass
I
rush.
trust them. You
So
trust them
I
too.
do have a
Believe
video
that.
with
Yeah, I be
audio
trying to
as well.
send
I'm
people
gonna
to
go
the
ahead and
right
play
spot,
that.
man. They got, I mean, they got Vince Carter, they got the Alverson,
Oh yeah.
old Ray Allen.
I got one of those. The Sonics one. I had to cop that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are they on defense now?
My question is, they still haven't really talked about the movement with the left stick though.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
haven't. I'm surprised.
Yeah, they haven't.
Oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. There it is right there. That's
No,
your
no,
guy.
that's pass rush mechanics.
That's what I'm saying. They should show it on the right, on the right analog stick, right?
Do we think that's going to be effective? This
Oh,
pass rush
that's
mechanic, is this really going to be effective though?
I put it like this, based on the history of it, because it used to be on the right analog stick. It was very effective, but I don't know how it would be on this game.
Okay, that meter that's in there.
That gotta go.
No. I need to know what that meter represents. Like how many times you
Probably
can
so
use
much
it.
you can do it. Oh,
Yeah, there's only so many pass rush moves you can do.
Okay.
Remember they said there was a limit.
So what happens when you run out of limit? Do you get like tired or something?
You probably just can't do anymore. You get stuck in the animation.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it's supposed to simulate the offensive lineman picking up your moves and
Gotcha.
understand the pattern. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's a
There's
lot to talk about here. We're going to talk about
club
both
slam,
offense and
left,
defense.
right, bull rush.
So you tell me you can't pick a spin move.
Trailers already
Speed
pretty straightforward.
rush.
The pass rush moves are
Speed
back
rush,
on the right stick.
contain.
Yes, they were there years ago.
yeah, you got
Wow.
bull rush.
Imagine that
You got
system.
bull rush down there.
Very similar to our skill
they don't have
set
to
on
spin
offense.
move.
They
Branching
don't.
is a thing we want you
Why?
to
No.
control
Speed rush,
not only the
contain.
move you want.
Because you
Chandler
would
Jones,
think
I hate doing it. Oh man.
Yeah, because you that bull rush spin combo,
animation and that
or
move
you
that
can just
want
like
every
you
time
can
with
just
this right stick, and you're
you
also
know
gonna be
rush
able
from the
to
outside.
Okay, so he
from
said-
set him up to the end.
at any
Wow.
time.
So he actually said there is a spin. They just didn't put it on the controller mapping.
Oh,
Okay.
Good.
I'm about to hate playing with Arizona then. My man, Doug Thomas III. How do I feel about Isaiah Simmons? You know I love that pick. I love Isaiah Simmons. I did not think we had a chance in hell to get him. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
We thought that Georgia was coming to us, Andrew Thomas, but when the Giants took him, I'm like, we might have. When Carolina did not select him, like, yeah, he's a call. I'm very excited.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You continue to beat
The lineman where it says protection and you see like two marks underneath of them.
What is that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think that's the lineman picking up. That's their meter.
Yo, so here's what that is. So their meter is basically they're remembering what side you beat them,
Okay.
so they can adjust accordingly.
I like that.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That sounds pretty dope.
So the defensive linemen have a meter for them for how many moves they've used, and the offensive linemen have a meter just to remember, hey, he's seen me throw.
You know
So
what?
they said if you switch your pass rusher to the opposite side, their meter resets because obviously they haven't gone up against you all game. So that's kind of a chess match now.
This is criminal. I'm looking at the Colts stuff. They got Vontae Davis jersey, but they don't have a Bob Sanders. So they got a number 21, but it's Devontae Davis.
About how you want to
No
use
Bob
wow.
Sanders. That's
Devontae Davis.
That's
He's
terrible.
not bad. But wow, come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
you gotta give Bob Sanders his due, man. That's terrible.
Notice notches
L
next
for
to
the
pass
Colts.
rush move and the
Yeah,
pass rush feedback.
absolutely.
I
Those
swear.
notches are the pass rushers'
Yeah, that's
budget
bad.
of moves on that play. So if a pass
Well,
rusher
Jared,
has
we
5
knew
notches
it's not
on
new.
his
We
on-field trainer,
we're glad
you get a
they
maximum
actually
of
put
5 moves on
back
that
the
play,
defensive moves
and
on the
you only regenerate
R
one
stick.
move.
That's
Yeah,
where
I
it's
mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is.
In
It's
some
like we
cases, you
want
can
it back to where
regenerate
it's
more,
supposed to be because
Right.
it's just more intuitive for the player.
2-minute warning
Correct.
delay,
You know, it's just that's what we want. I mean, that's what I
When you
mean.
run out of moves,
I've been
you can
talking
no
about this
longer
for the
perform
longest, you
in
know, at
pass
least
rush.
since Madden
So you can't
25.
just spam moves over and
You
over
know?
and over until you get a win.
okay. Expo Rex
So the
asked,
goal
"Can
here
I
is
ask
to
you a
bring
question
more
for everyone?
strategy
How
and
long have you
agency
guys
to
been
the
playing
pass
Madden?"
rush.
I've been playing Madden since
And may I
'89.
even say,
Wow.
challenge some workers to occasionally make
Yeah,
Since
for
the
me,
first Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
yeah, since '89, I'm like, but I've already mentioned how long I've been playing
Well, good stuff.
football
Thanks for
video
your help on
games
getting
since
those
Atari
images. I know we talked about
2600.
this
So
Right.
today, and,
Like, we
we're
OGs now.
working through
I
all
mean,
these
like
images.
people
That
can
was
sit
kind of
here
a
and
really
tell
good
you
call
about
out to kind of
these
bring us up.
games or
Really
whatever and what they
appreciate
feel about
you
these
doing
other
that.
YouTubers or whatever.
So that's
But
pretty much
we
a lot
really
of the
been
stuff that we had for
playing this.
today.
You
I do
know.
want to let you guys know
I might
that
not be
we're
playing
gonna
since
go
'89, but I
check out
definitely
with our
playing
team.
since
I'm
I
gonna
want
go
to
ahead
say
and
Mike
type
Vick
in
was on the cover.
CAA.
Not Mike Vick. I take it back. Eddie George.
Notes
When
are
Eddie
live.
George on the cover.
2001.
That's when I started playing. Eddie
2001.
George,
Let me see.
because that's when I was able to comprehend what was going on, and I'm already playing Pop Warner football outside.
Okay. So
You know,
yeah,
so
that's
when I
that's
started-
2001.
Answer. So Gridiron.
Hey, my man,
Notes,
Expo said we owe.
Yeah, we old,
Hey,
man.
man, we try to pass game to everybody. This all it is, man. We
I
got
mean,
the game.
They are live. So that's
I'm the
great news.
oldest in here,
Huge shout out
so
to
Yeah,
Mack.
I'm in my late 30s. You know, I'm in my late 30s. I've been doing
Hey,
this for a
man,
long
30
time.
and up. You feel me? 30 and up.
I'm in my late 30s. I've been doing this for a long time when it comes to this gaming. I mean, I've been gaming since I was born.
Those people that don't know, we do have the
No, go ahead, DJ. I'm sorry.
out there.
yeah, I can no longer say I'm in my late 30s. I'm exactly 40, so I'm in that bracket.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
mean,
30 years old, man. So y'all feel. My man say he only 12. I'll tell you what, man.
Who 12?
Enjoy the games. My man Expo say he's only 12. Enjoy these
Oh,
games while you
man.
have it.
Oh,
For the games
my
we grew up on,
So definitely
man,
go
we
check
really
that out.
appreciate what's
Now,
out
the
there
one thing
now.
Yeah,
I wanna
I'm
go
telling you
ahead
right
and
now,
talk
you.
about the Madden 21
I
closed
ain't
beta.
saying you
Clint
missed some
alluded to
good
it a little
football
bit
back
earlier,
then. I
and
mean,
wanna
you're good where you at now, but you're in and out. We appreciate you being here because we can tell that we crossed over to another generation that I thought that was that really didn't listen or speak our language when it comes to Madden. You did not.
And
He
we'll let you guys
it kind of sucks because he did not experience more than one football game.
I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on
You know what I mean?
He doesn't know about NFL 2K5.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
NFL
He
2K.
didn't experience that, and it kind of sucks because he don't
That was a good
understand.
football game.
Right, he doesn't understand game day and when
Blitz.
blitz. You know, he didn't. You know what I mean? It's like he missed it. You know, and it kind of sucks because all he knows, and it's not his fault. All he knows is Madden was the Madden football game, and we appreciate you being here. Like maybe one day we need to go back and we really need to go back and talk about those games so you can be up to par with what we used to experience.
We work very closely with Clint. We work very
Okay, so he said he played Madden 25, so I'm like, that was
You know the Thunder flying thing on NFL Blitz. He won't get to experience that.
Right.
Unless he finds old ROM, you know.
Right.
You know, you're 12, you know, it's awesome that you're here with us right now. My man says that Madden 95 was his first. I can't say that I played that Madden. A man said he hasn't seen the power of Mike Vick on Madden 03. Look, when I tell you, that was a human highlight cheat code of no matter who you playing against. You play the Falcons, Mike Vick had 800 yards and won't go for not one.
Michael Vick was banned in Madden tournaments. Like when they played when they played with the Madden bus, or like if they come to
NCAA football.
or when they used to have like these tournaments in like their local mall or whatever, you could not play with Michael Vick from like Madden 04 to Madden 06 or something like that. He was banned. So
Man, speed was on 3,000.
yeah, it's like he had like a 98 speed in Madden 04. It's like ridiculous, you know what I mean?
And then you got Warwick Dunn running the ball behind him and Jamal Anderson and them. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
dog.
it's like you had it.
I was a big Warwick Dunn fan, him coming out of Florida State.
Hey, them Seminoles.
Man,
But,
I'm like, it was
yeah,
funny to see Charlie
like
Ward
that,
go into the NBA
I
and
don't
do
know.
his
I don't
thing.
know. I mean, like,
I
there's
was
going
Right.
to be a lot
damn.
of other ways.
I thought Charlie Ward was smooth going to the NFL.
Yeah, man. Like I was saying, like it was at one point, man. It used to be like 6, 7, almost 8.
Really important,
Madden, somebody had game day, but you played them all.
Yeah, exactly.
So we really want
And you
that.
may not like
Again,
them
the
all, but
focus
it
on
was
Madden
something
NFL
about each
21
one that you
closed
like. It
down
wasn't the
reading
whole
notes that I
game, but it
wrote
was
for
something like,
myself.
okay, this game
We'll
got
be
this,
on
this game
getting
got
specific
that.
Right.
feedback
You
on
know, it's like
gameplay,
it was
around
just
new additions to the
different,
game
you
that
know.
were
But
covered on stream.
now just to
Players
have
that are in
Madden,
the Madden
it's
NFL
cool.
21
You know, what I
closed
mean,
deals,
you know,
provide
we
feedback,
understand the
kind of
business
Madden
side
NFL
of it, but
21
as a
closed
gamer, I
feedback
want as
portal.
many games to come
You
out as
guys probably
possible.
seen
That,
some
I
of
mean,
that.
that's
My
just
man, real football gamer. Come on back, bro. Hey, man, we gonna be here just talking
It is
football,
really
live
good.
music, whatever. Come on back, watch
Yeah.
it, bro. Come on back and chop game with us, man.
Again, at the end of the day,
yeah,
we
we gonna be here for a minute, man. You
We
know,
gonna be here. Come on back,
Be
man.
here
Pull
for
up a
a
drink
minute.
and talk with your country kinfolk. Come on back, man.
It is also
There we go.
kind of like one spoke
Let's
in the
see.
wheel of feedback that we have to kind of take.
Okay,
a look at
Ray
first and
Fitty
make
says,
on
"Well,
how
I'm
things are done. But I
47,
think
so
there's
wait
some
till
key
you
things
get to
that
that
we
age."
can
My man.
Expo Rex asks. He also asks, would you take an older Madden or a newer Madden?
Ooh,
So,
it depends. I mean,
Agent K.
what are you
me-
playing
me-
for?
Yeah,
I'm
me-
a big
That beta
defense guy,
feedback
so
whenever
I would
it's
probably
done
take an
live
older
is
Madden
extremely
because
Yes,
if
yeah,
you
'cause-
play the
And I
newer
can tell
ones,
you, we read
it's
the code.
all
It doesn't
offense
matter,
oriented, and
who
you
it's
can tell by
from,
the teams that you
where
play
it's
against
from, how
online.
long
I
it is,
mean,
how short it is, though.
online are always
For
somehow always
sure,
playing
though.
against the Chiefs.
But we read every
Always, I
single
play against
thing
the
that's
Eagles
written in
all
there,
the time.
every
Right.
day
You know,
of the
give me a
beta.
team that
So it is
focuses on
extremely
defense. I
important
like playing with
to
lower
have
ranked
you
teams
have
to show if you can really
impact
play the
on
game.
the way the game
I've
is
gotten
being
wins with the
played.
Dolphins
So
before.
really important
You
beta.
know, I want you to see what you really can do. And then the older Madden games, it felt like
and one thing I
defense was a
wanna follow
priority.
too, and,
So I would always
you
play
know,
those older games.
everything is a work in process, and even that
Yeah,
site
cause
is a
see me,
work
I
in
mean, I'm a big fan of
and
the
process or
around the
progress.
Madden
The
06,
one thing I wanna
08 era.
highlight is that the Madden
That's
21
my
beta,
era. Like I like
it's
playing
a no
those. Like I
capture
still like
zone.
I
And that's
got
just a
those
reminder to not
games on my
record,
channel,
stream,
and I'm gonna start
photograph,
streaming them
or
again.
otherwise
But
capture
that's
any
like
part of
my
the closed
era,
beta
you know.
for
But
the
I
viewers
don't
to
get me wrong,
see.
I like playing
Doing so
the
will
ones
result in
now.
the
But
removal from the closed
if I had to
Okay.
pick, it had to be around
I
that
wanna
time.
say, you know,
Well,
I
Expo
feel like
Rex.
a
Oh,
dad
I've
when I
seen
say
the
this, that I'm,
the
like, very
avatar,
proud of the
but you
community
cool
when
with
they
me,
don't do these
fellow
kind of
Redskins
things,
fan.
because
Let's
it
go
just- it really
I
gives
saw
us
that.
kind
I
of
saw
cause
that, man.
for doing
Hail
more
to the
stuff.
Redskins. I know what it is, man. Hey, I'm hip. I know what it
You
is,
see some
man.
videos out
Yeah, and
today
I
where
see some
maybe
Ravens
that
fans. They try
information
to
is
like
not being
hijack that,
highlighted,
and it's just like,
and
nope,
being
it's your
used on
own.
voice
You,
platforms.
you
No, that's
better
definitely
We're
trust
cleaning
Redskins.
that up, but that's a
believe.
work in progress.
That's y'all
So we're
motto.
still
Trust and
working through
believe.
all of that.
I agree with that with the
That
Ravens, but
graphic that
don't
you
don't
see
take
will
ours.
actually
So.
be in game. So huge shout out to
Yeah, see me,
Jesse,
I'm a
Domingo,
Falcons fan, so I'm
and
glad
all
that
those
Saints
folks
fan is
on
gone.
the
But
UI team that helped
28-3. I mean, what?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Hey, you know, I can't say anything, man. My team been back in 08. We're probably not going to go back ever again, but I'm still riding with my cards.
I'm riding with my Falcons too, but I'm so glad we was vindicated by the 49ers because that same coach did the same shit again.
Big facts.
He did
No.
the same shit again, so I'm good.
Thank you.
I still got something to say about that Super Bowl. I still to this day don't believe that was a catch.
Talking about the against the Steelers, you know what? I could say the same thing.
Because
But what said is what said, man. I really think they did not want Kurt Warner to be great as he is. That's all it
That's
is to
true.
me.
That's true. I agree with that. Kurt
Because
Warner is awesome. I agree with that.
Yeah, because I keep looking at that play over. Like I remember everyone watched that Super Bowl. I have that play replaying in my mind, and being a wide receiver, I've made catches like that and know exactly the positioning and the biomechanics behind it. There's no physical way.
You guys are amazing.
The way he caught it, he had to
Big
extend
Blue.
to where his other foot could not be touching the ground at the same time as
You know what though? That was was it San Antonio Holmes? Was it Plaxico Burress who made that catch?
San Antonio.
I want to say that year they wanted him to be better than Plaxico Burress because I think a year after that he went to the Giants, I believe. So in my mind, I'm thinking that maybe the refs just had it out against him.
he was wearing white. I think because
They had on white, they had on red.
so the sidelines were white, so you can't visually you can't tell, but biomechanically his one knee was higher than the back knee was higher than the other, and it looked like his foot was on his other shoe.
Yeah, it looked like it did not look like both feet was in. I do agree with that.
That throw by Roethlisberger was high.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell
Just
me?
imagine watching it on the other side because I'm like, man, for one, we made it to the Super Bowl that far as the wild card. Imagine that play happening.
Wait a
You're
minute.
watching it.
Wait a minute.
No, we didn't win. We didn't win our division.
The stream over?
That's it, bro.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
All right, y'all. We're finna get into the nitty gritty talking football now. The stream over. By all means, on Twitch, YouTube, whatever y'all watching us on. Once again, thanks for watching with your country cousin and the good folks over here First and Framerates. Let us know what you think about it in the chat. But now I'm about to go back talking about these calls. I can talk about my boys all day. But going back to the subject though, watching that play happen as a Cards fan. Now I'm 18, 19 at the time. That's why I say I'm just turned 30, some lower in a couple months. But watching that play happen, knowing that you're about to, my team won the Super Bowl. Then in the blink of an eye, he scored. Oh my God. And I still remember Aaron Francisco, number 47. All you had to do, one step to the left, you could have deflected it. And I'm telling you, after that game, I don't even think that he got to change in the locker room. I think that made him stay on the field. He was not a member of the Cardinals the next year.
Yeah,
I remember that play.
Yeah, because I remember when Fitzgerald broke that one down the middle. I thought that was
I thought that was it. Yeah, I thought that was it. I agree.
It was like Fitzgerald. He's not he doesn't have speed, but it's deceptive, and it just he just took off on a different gear level. He was just he caught it and it was like a little short rink-a-dink pass, and it
turned it into something.
Right.
Man, such a great quarter. I mean, such a great receiver. That dude has more tackles than drops. He got more tackles. Think about that, y'all. He has more tackles as a wide receiver than drops.
Yeah, we stole Hopkins' football game, and yes, we did. But I will say this too: a lot of coworkers, saying, "Hey, I'm just being real." Rappers that you might listen to right now, not all of them don't necessarily not work. I'm one rapper that does work. That's why I'm relatable to the people. I'm relatable to all y'all see with this chat with us. But I will say this: a lot of people that work, when you talk about the best wide receiver to play, you always go Jerry Rice. Ooh, I'm like, that's cute. I'm gonna say Fitzgerald. I'm not biased. The reason I say that, look at the quarterbacks Fitzgerald has caught the ball from. Let him be in a position where Calvin Johnson Jr. was, when I could catch the ball from Matt Stafford my entire career. Let me be a Randy Moss where I could catch the ball from Tom Brady.
Nah, we ain't gonna do it.
No. Okay, let's take it back. Let's go back to Randy Moss. Dante Culpepper and them, or Chad Pennington and them. He caught the ball from a lot of quarterbacks. He also caught the ball. I think he caught it from Chad Pennington.
That was in college.
That's right.
Yeah, but think about
Randall Cunningham too.
Well, think about this real quick, though, Zay.
Okay.
You got to remember, Randall Cunningham was considered an off and on quarterback as far as throwing until Moss got there.
Well, what do you call What do you call John Skelton? You said
who?
Exactly.
They're bums. But what I'm saying is, Moss has every argument for the greatest of all time, right up there. If you're gonna put Larry up there, talking about who.
No, I'm giving that Randy Moss. I cannot never ever take anything away from Randy Moss. You still talk about Moss is in Madden right now. You get Moss. It's a effect in the game. The camera starts to shake. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away. Like what he is to the culture. You snatch some of somebody even playing basketball. Dang, man, you just got Moss. You can't take that away.
That's what I'm saying. Moss only played with really one great quarterback, though.
Who was?
Tom Brady.
Exactly. Who, besides Kurt Warner, you can probably throw an asterisk with Carson Palmer. Fitzgerald caught the ball from a lot of terrible-ass quarterbacks.
No, he did.
Brian Hoyer, come on, man. But Fitzgerald did it year in, year out, same team. Fitzgerald is your biggest receiving threat when you play against the Cardinals. Christian Kirk, I love you. Give me a full season. Andy Isabella, you're fast. Show me some hands. Hakeem Butler, give me a season. Your rookie season, you were out because you tore your shin splint, whatever you tore. But when it comes to that, you're talking about the best wide receiver ever, I'm going to say Fitz. Because of the fact that who he had to catch the ball from, Fitzgerald runs a 4.9 40. He is not fast, but he's going to jump over 3-4 defenders and bring the ball down. And
I will say this. You make a compelling case, and it's hard not to disagree with him putting them up there because of what he's done. Like I said, the drops versus tackles. I mean, that's something that's something that's an intangible that'll never be even close to his time.
Drops. Come on, man. Something like that. I mean, Fitzgerald might drop a pass a year, if that.
I mean, how many drops he got?
I'm lying when I'm saying 6. I'm exaggerating.
I'm just saying, like, because he's played for almost 16, 17 years. Like,
Fitzgerald 35. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to year 16.
That's what I'm saying. And he probably got and he got less than 10 drops. I mean, that's phenomenal.
But this is what I'll say though. I don't like the drop stats, and I've talked to DJ about this before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like drop stats.
Fitzgerald has 29 drops compared to 39 career tackles.
That's almost
17 years of football.
So that's almost less than 2 drops a season. That's damn good.
Palmer was not in his prime football game. I'm with you.
It's impressive, but here's the thing though. So let's talk about the drop stats for a second. Now I can't take anything away from Larry because that's impressive regardless, right?
Correct.
The issue is in the NFL, any ball that touches your hands that you don't catch is a drop.
17 years, 29 drops.
I'm not taking anything away from Larry, but what I'm saying is other players with more drops easily could have had a ball that the NFL would count as quote unquote catchable and just went all out to try to catch a bum ass quarterback's ball.
You're right. No, you're right. But here's what I'm going with you on this one. Mm-hmm. I get that. The fact that Fitzgerald dropped the passes from Kevin Cobb, John Skelton, Mack St. John.
But some of them might have just flown out of bounds. You can't get a drop like that because he ain't gonna touch it.
Fitzgerald gave Kevin Cobb another 2 more years in the NFL.
I'm not arguing
as long as he did for that.
No, but Zay-Mac, I'm not arguing what you're saying about Fitz. I'm just saying his stats, when you look at the drops, I'm not saying that it should be any more or any less than what he has. But what I'm saying is drops in general, how they tabulate them in general. I think a lot of people could have that same. I think a lot of people could have the same stats as him. The issue is they had quarterbacks that were a little bit more accurate than those bums you named.
A little bit
and
more.
Then they go up and they try to. But I'm saying, but you know, even a quarterback that's just a tier above them,
right? They
would have quarterbacks throw to them and they jump and maybe, you know, it would hit one of their hands and boom, it drops. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. That's why it's like the drop.
My counter argument to that is we get it. Receivers probably drop passes left and right that we don't pay attention to. The reason I say y'all got to give Fitzgerald more credit for that drop stat is because who has really been Fitzgerald's number 2 guy besides now? Fitzgerald is the number 2 because we got DeAndre Hopkins. Besides Anquan Bolden, who has been the number 2 guy? We've never had a great tight end. We never had a great receiving core. It's always been Bolden and Fitzgerald. Or now it's been Bolden and this guy, that guy.
He had John Brown at one time.
We had John Brown. John Brown was a slot. Like he was a speedy John Brown.
But that's like the closest thing.
Nelson, deep threat.
I'm saying that's like the closest thing.
Game plan for him. You game plan for Fitzgerald.
Right. That's what I say. I think that's the closest thing. You know. Not saying that he's a number 2 or whatever. I say that's the closest he had since Anquan.
I'm saying, but like since Anquan Bolden, who's been a true number 2? So all 80% of the time is going to Fitzgerald. And
let me give you
passes going to him.
Let me give you an example though. So
we did have Todd Heat.
I just happened to type this in.
Okay.
So career drop percentage for every active wide receiver with at least 300 targets. Now this is 2018.
Okay.
Cole Beasley was number 6.
Cole Beasley 300.
Emmanuel Sanders.
That guy football game. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so what I'm saying is, it's like, you know, you got people like Terrence Williams was 12th, right? Antonio Brown's under him. So what I'm saying is, that's why the drop stats, it's almost like people come up with a stat like layup conversion. It's like, well, how many of them were contested? Well, I don't know. It's like, okay, well then you can't really say, like, I get what you're saying, and you have every case, but I'm saying, I'm just talking about like the other receivers,
right? But I think what makes it dynamic and what makes it impressive is the fact that he has more tackles than the drops. I don't think it's just the drop. It's like
that is impressive,
right? I think that's what it is. I don't think it's just.
Here's another thing.
I don't think it's just the drops compared to everybody else. It's like, okay, he has these drops, but as an offensive player, you got all these tackles over. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what makes it what I think it is.
Here's another reason I'll give you. He has that many tackles. Because them bum ass quarterbacks are throwing picks. So had to chase them bum ass.
Hey, that's true. That's true. That is true.
I can't go against that. You're right. But that should also say, you know, that's how great a receiver Fitzgerald is.
He's a great athlete
in my mind, Not even me being biased. And, you know, I love Calvin Johnson. I love Antonio Brown, minus the bullshit he's been doing as of late. I love Julio Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of wide receivers who are able to make plays. I'm even a bigger fan of Anquan Bolden Fitzgerald because you don't have that top end speed, but you get the ball and you make something happen out of that. And the fact that Fitzgerald been with the same club since 2004, terrible quarterbacks left and right, a handful of decent ones, and you were able to do what you've done for 17 years. Correction, 1 and 2 years.
That's why I say, like, if you really bring up the case for that, it's a pretty solid case. It's something that you can't really. I mean, in the art of debate, you can debate back and forth about that. But really, when you look at everything that he's done and the longevity and how well he's done it, yeah, you got a pretty good case for him to be one, if not the greatest, or at least the top 3 easily. Because just based on what he's done, I totally agree with that.
Because you know what I'm saying? And when we talk about that too, I'm like, you know what? If we're going to talk about our receivers, someone that people don't talk about that should bring up more than what they do, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harris had numbers year in year out. Granted, he played with Peyton Manning.
He's another one. I can agree. That's another one that no one really talks about.
You don't think so? Oh, no, what? I was reading earlier.
God.
I was reading early in the chat. They asked about Mike Evans, the top 5. Hell yeah, he's top 5 in the league.
Oh no, I already put my response in the chat, so I ain't got nothing else.
Let me see. You don't see. VF, this is why I know I'm saying. This is why I love you, baby. Because see, we think differently like that. But Mike Evans, come on, you caught the ball from Jameis Winston. Look at the numbers you put up with Jameis Winston.
Mind you.
Blind Jameis Winston.
A blind quarterback and you did that?
Well,
come
listen,
on,
Zay, you don't need to do it. They put me in my place like a month ago. So I concede. I concede, but
let me talk about Marvin Harrison for a second.
Let's do that. Come on.
Oh, the gun-toting. Okay.
So
let's do it.
So here's my gripe with Marvin Harrison's stats. Unfortunately, a lot of his stats are inflated to me because of the fact that before Reggie Wayne came into his own, before Dallas Clark was even drafted, Peyton Manning only had one reliable target, and that was Marvin Harrison. Similar to how Brady pretty much over-targeted Wes Welker for a season. Everybody considered Wes Welker one of the best receivers in the game. He never was.
I can't go on Wes Welker. Nah, you're a great slot receiver. You got an asterisk, Wes Welker. You get the asterisk. You're a slot receiver.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Julian Edelman is better in every way than Wes Welker.
Totally agree.
So, but Julian Edelman played in a slot. So my thing is, Wes Welker and Marvin Harrison, to me, I'm not going to say they're the same. Marvin Harrison had more ability, but as far as their stats, they have some inflated numbers, bro. Like, that's just me. I just think they both have inflated numbers. But especially Marvin Harrison.
I could kind of go on that one. But the reason I would say for what you said earlier, this kind of goes back to my point. Because the only reliable target that Peyton Manning had for a while until Reggie Wayne came was Marvin Harrison. So who do you game plan for? Marvin Harrison. Who catches everything? Marvin Harrison.
But the other thing you got to remember is the play design, though. A lot of times he was just playing open.
Yeah. Well, also you got to think about the fact that Peyton Manning was throwing the ball and he could manipulate anything he wanted to.
Incorrect. Peyton Manning's the last year in the league then. Incorrect.
Marvin Harrison had 205 targets one year. Fam.
God damn.
Fam. I mean, is this 7-on-7 or is this?
Hey, VF, I gotta pull out on that one. Hold on. Hey, I gotta pull out VF. Wait a minute. He got me on that one.
I can't say nothing, man. I can't. That's a lot. I can't say nothing.
Marvin, 200, bro. I'm gonna give you. This is a 4-year span. 184, 169, 164, 205. Matter of fact, he had 120 targets all the way from 98. He had over 120 targets all the way from 98 to 2006.
Hey, shame on them other receivers then. Y'all could have ate, but Marvin Harris is out working everybody else.
Ravens Nation, what are you talking about?
Don't bring up Manning. Manning made bad passes to Marvin. He still would catch it. I can't say that, Ravens Nation, because let's look at Peyton Manning's last year in the league with Denver.
Ravens Nation. The Ravens Nation is known for bad takes, so
yeah, he is.
I love the bad takes. I want to see why you said those bad takes. I love that.
Because you want to know why? I'll tell you why Ravens Nation saying that shit. Because he's 18 years old. That's why.
Oh man, that's messed up.
That's why he didn't watch Peyton Manning when Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning, man.
Oh, man, that's messed
Hey,
up.
Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning. Hey, look, he was that guy. He's the reason T.Y. Hilton is T.Y. Hilton right now.
Yeah.
He's why T.Y. Hilton is T.Y. Hilton.
That's true. That is true.
Did he have Eric Ebron as well, or was that after?
Nah, Ebron
was Ebron was going after man.
Okay, yeah. He was after. Okay,
because Ebron was drafted by the Lions, right?
Peyton Manning got Julius Thomas. Peyton Manning got Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas got a bag from Jacksonville.
He got paid.
He got a bag. Yeah. And where is he at?
Because of one guy. That motherfucker is bagging somebody's groceries somewhere.
Yeah, who knows? Because Julius Thomas went to Jacksonville and caught like 7 passes or something like that.
He let Mercedes Lewis outplayed him, man.
No,
Mercedes Lewis.
Now you want to talk about somebody that wasn't talked about? Mercedes Lewis for a couple years was a top 5 tight end.
Yeah, he was pretty good at one point. He did.
I think that we don't talk about him, man. I'm guilty. I don't talk about him because he played for Jacksonville. Even when Jackson went to the AFC Championship, I didn't care about him then. Don't care about him now.
I'll tell you that two-headed monster with Fred Taylor and MJD was something to see, though.
I believe it because Maurice Jones-Drew, I got so much love for him because he played for a terrible team forever. Until he went to Oakland, I don't get that.
Yeah,
but I love him for that.
Yeah, after that,
let's talk about this. Okay, that's an interesting one. So, Chris Thomas says Stephon Diggs is a top 5 receiver. Okay,
I can't do that.
Let's name him. Let's name him. Let's name him. Hold on, let me make a list.
I'm gonna sidestep that one too.
Hold on,
I can't do it. Hey, Chris, I'm with you, but on that one, I can't co-sign that.
We got Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got Evans.
You got somebody to play for Arizona now.
We got D-Hop.
We got D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Okay, we got.
I won't say Antonio Brown because he's not in the league right now. Antonio Brown's in the league.
I'm blanking. I'm like drawing a blank right now. Hold on. Shit. I'm like drawing.
Yeah, you missed that trash gameplay. You missed the football game. You missed it. But hey, you're back now for the real event. We ain't here talking sports, baby. We glad you're back with us.
Yeah.
You said Tyreek Hill?
Doug Thomas? Oh no! No,
Tyreek Hill just got speed.
Hey, that's what Doug Thomas is. Tyreek Hill,
he's good for a 9. Okay, so we got Mike Thomas.
Y'all want to say Devontae Adams?
Nah.
Wait a minute. What about the dude from the Saints?
Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas. Yeah, Mike Thomas.
Y'all get Mike Thomas up? 5-yard slant receiver.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jerry Rice was a 5-yard slant receiver, but
he might have a point because we're at 4 and I don't know. Amari Cooper?
No, hell no.
Devontae Adams.
That's an asterisk for me, just like how Stephon Diggs is an asterisk. I don't know.
I say that is Devontae Adams.
He's a product of I'm the only one that's healthy enough to play. And this year he wasn't that healthy, right? He missed a couple games this year.
Wait a minute. Aren't we forgetting OBJ?
No.
I don't know. I don't know if we are. I don't know
why. Because look how you did with Eli Manning, and look what you're doing now with a younger, quote unquote, better version in Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like talent wise, he got it, but he kind of fell off with Cleveland, man.
Okay. What about Keenan Allen?
He's not healthy. He never's on the field.
Keenan Allen is good though.
He's
good, but never on the field.
Bro, I gotta put Devontae Adams 5th, man. I can't think of nobody better than him.
I think we're all disagreeing on the 5th. Then who is your 5th BVF? Who you got?
It's so like those 4 that we named are so far ahead of everybody else. It seems like.
Yeah, I'm still a big fan of old boy out of Seattle.
Who?
I know you're talking about
Baldwin.
Yeah,
not Doug Baldwin, the other guy.
Not Lockett. Is it Lockett?
Is it Tyler Lockett? Yeah, that's him.
I've always been a big fan of him. Doug Baldwin is pretty good too, but I've always been a big fan of.
I kind of want to say Amari Cooper, bro.
Amari Cooper is good. He is. I would give him that.
Like crucify me for this, but hey, my man Raven Nation said Christian McCaffrey a great receiver. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that because technically he's better than anybody we're gonna put at 5 right now. You know what?
So don't do that.
You know what? Can we go on the limit and maybe say Juju?
No.
But at this point, like, who would you really put at 5? Because besides
Devontae Adams.
Juju
Schuster-'s
not bad though. Juju Schuster's not bad though.
Look, to me, it's between Adams. It's between Adams and Cooper. I don't care which one you pick, but I don't think anybody else has an argument of all the people we named.
I'll go with Adams. Fuck the Cowboys.
He said, "Fuck the Cowboys."
Adams had 83 catches, almost 1,000 yards in 12 games.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, you know what?
That's almost like.
Might have to give him that. You know what? He might be 5.
Let me look at Stephon Diggs' stats last year.
Did he have better numbers than Adam Thielen last year? I don't think he did.
I think he did. I think he did because Thielen was hurt.
Chris Godwin could be up there too, because I can't lie. Chris Godwin made a name off of one of my quarterbacks who I wish had a job. That's going to be what? Jameis.
Stephon Diggs, 63 catches, 1,100 yards. That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
17 yards a catch.
Hold on.
Kirk Cousins too.
Oh God, that guy DLC.
Give me Stephon Diggs. You know what? I'll do that.
You'll take Stephon.
I'll take Stephon.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That's not bad.
63 catches for 1,100 yards, or 17 per catch. I'll take that. That's pretty impressive.
Why are these people still in the Madden stream still chatting?
Because they're losers.
Hey, and matter of fact, look, y'all over there, come on over here. Let's chop up some real football now. We ain't talking Madden no more. Let's talk real football. Let's get it, baby. Come on.
So Ravens Nation said Diggs is in a running offense. He's not going to have as many yards. Yeah, but
wait. No. Not no more. Buffalo's no longer running offense no more.
Well, he's talking about last year, I guess. So he's saying based on what happened last year, he's saying that's impressive, which I agree.
Yeah.
I got that. I got Diggs at 5th. I would even have to bump out Devontae Adams at that point for those stats. Yeah. And he probably should have had more because remember he wanted to be traded because he's like, yo, Kirk's not throwing me the ball. And then the very next game he had 3 touchdowns.
For real.
I tell you somebody that maybe in a couple of years will be in that top 5 category.
Hold on, DJ. I got you, DJ. I know what you about to say. I was about to say y'all got a low key sleeper. Nobody talks about that much up there in DC. Terry McLaurin, nobody talks about him.
In a couple of years, he's going to be right there because
even talks about him.
His rookie season, 58 catches, 900. And he sat out the last game, so it was like 7 touchdowns, 15. He burnt the crisp out of the Eagles in both games. So
I just need not Wes Welker. I just need Julian Edelman to get disgruntled so he can end up in Tampa Bay somehow.
Wow.
I'm trying to stay.
That won't take long.
I'm trying to. Nah, there ain't no way in hell they let him go.
Week 3, he's done. Week 3, he's out of
There's no way they're letting that man go to Tampa Bay. They will trade him within the division before they let him go to Tampa Bay.
One thing I would say about Tampa Bay, the reason I'm not on the bandwagon at all, but I love your head coach. Bruce Arians, he brought my franchise back to relevance.
And you know, my wife's cousin works for his staff. So yeah, he's one of my favorite coaches.
Oh, let me fully address this shit since I was listening to the stream with people talking that bandwagon shit.
Oh yeah,
let me address this shit real quick. Now look, I said this on the podcast. The reason why I'm not a fan of the New England Patriots right now is because Bill Belichick is still there and Brady is not. Brady kept me a fan of that team. It's not that I don't like the franchise. I hate Bill Belichick. And as long as he's there, I cannot, in good conscience, cheer for that team if Tom Brady's not there. Go ahead. So I was going to say, the team that Brady went to, I'm like, hey, he got a couple more years left. I'm a Tom Brady fan. I'll cheer for them. I want him to get at least one more ring just for the fuck of it. And then after that, if Belichick's gone, then I'll go back and be a Patriots fan. If not, I'll find another team. But I can't stand the people who try to like police how you're supposed to watch sports. It's like, bro, like people when they were younger, they weren't from Dallas and they ended up watching the Dallas Cowboys and becoming fans. But I can't say my favorite player went somewhere else, so I'm gonna cheer for him.
We had to deal with that here in DC. We got a whole bunch of people.
That's what I'm saying.
Cowboy fans never been to the state a day in their life.
I don't.
You see all these fake ass Bulls. You see these fake ass Bulls fans that came out during that Last Dance documentary.
I don't care for them either. You know, I mean,
You already know. I wasn't. I never was gonna say anything about that. But yeah, a lot of people became MJ, and I'm like, yo, y'all ain't been here in the struggle. When
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna knock it,
no,
man. You
fuck
watch
that.
sports.
I'm knocking that because I am a diehard Bills fan. I seen a lot of people talking about they want to buy this and buy that and get it. No, you go back over there with your San Antonio Spurs. We ain't got time to hear that.
You know what's funny with Bills following Tom Brady? I was the same way with the Bulls for a while. I like the Bulls because of MJ. We shared the same last name, and I remember watching the game. We were playing against the Bullets.
Yeah, that's your cousin.
There's a long story behind that one. But but I remember watching a Bullets game, and I was just like, "Who's this cat that's just tearing up my team?" It's like they can't stop him. I'm like, what's going on? And ever since, I was hooked.
Ravens Nation, here's the thing, bro. You got to understand, and we talked about this on the podcast before. The only way that these teams that have a bunch of fans right now have those fans is by getting casual fans back when they were getting hot. So a lot of those casual fans that were casual fans back then are diehard fans now. That's how it happens. So you can't just knock people for cheering for the team that they see on TV every night. That's the only team you see on TV every night. You're naturally going to cheer for them. When I was younger, I didn't really have a favorite basketball team. On NBC, I mean, NBA on NBC was fucking Philly. Well, I'm talking about like, around 01 when I was about, 8 or 9. You had Philly, you had Indy, then the late game would be LA and Sacramento. So those are the teams I cheered for because those are the teams that were on TV.
Sacramento. But though, you're completely right. You see, I'm from the deep south. I'm from Mississippi, and we really don't get, like, I guess, the local or regional team. Because for us in the NBA, it would be the Atlanta Hawks or the New Orleans Hornets. At the time, they're the Hornets, not the Pelicans. That's how old I am. Or the Memphis Grizzlies. And because I live so close to Memphis, naturally, I latched on to the Grizzlies because that's who I seen on TV. We don't have a pro club. So when it comes to football, though, it's whoever was on at the time when you're watching football. Yeah. So, of course, like down south, there's a huge fan base for the Dallas Cowboys because they're quote-unquote America's team, and you see them all the damn time.
Exactly.
So you can't be mad at that. I mean, that's who you go for.
So it's like people like, you follow LeBron to every team. It's like, and that's not even me. They couldn't say that shit to me because they'd be lying. But the people that do it, I have no issue with that because you're watching sports for entertainment. You're watching sports for enjoyment. Some people don't want to cheer for a bum ass team who never wins anything.
I think that's because of the shift the way sports has been shown on TV. Even though back then, you had the popular teams on it, it was about the team. Like when you say people like LeBron, they follow, it's like sports now, especially in basketball, they kind of shift towards the player instead of the team. Because see, with me, I became a Bulls fan because it was on TV. I already told you the story about my favorite colors, red and black. But I was watching the Hawks, and the Hawks played the Bulls or something, just like back in the early 90, 91. And I noticed that, okay, the Bulls is on, and this is pretty cool. And I just latched onto that team because they were just on TV. But for me, it wasn't because I saw Jordan. I literally liked the team, the complete team itself. So I just stuck with them back. But back then, it was like, it wasn't necessarily a superstar that they focused on, even though, we look now how they talk about The Last Dance when they did that with Jordan. But they didn't they weren't pushing that very well. It was more just the team, and now they don't do that. I mean, they don't even try to do that in the NFL now.
But you gotta remember though, man. Everybody's not like us to the point where they're hardcore sports fans. Somebody who just watches sports, they latch on to
whoever they see.
They latch on to who they see. So
see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like what do they do now? They see the.
It's superstar. Always been that way though. People latch on to who they see.
But that's what I'm saying. But back then, it wasn't the superstar. Back then, it was the teams. Now,
if you ask them why they like the Lakers, they say Magic.
No. In the 80s, it wasn't because it wasn't Magic in the 80s. It was Showtime. It was the collective team. You see what I'm saying?
But if you ask them, they say Magic.
Exactly, Big Zay. It was like it was the show. I mean, like you had people that knew. You had people that knew the Lakers, the team itself. And like Michael Cooper, they knew the team.
But there's still people like that.
Michael Cooper and AC Green in them.
See, that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm saying. They don't do that now. They don't do it. Like the only team that they do that with, like recently, was the Spurs, because the Spurs was forced that because they played team ball. You knew the whole team of the sport.
But this is what I'm saying though. There are still people that do that. The thing is, back then, of course, there weren't as many people that were put out there that were casual fans because it wasn't social media. But if you talk to a lot of people these days and you find people on social media, they're fans of the players. It was no different back then. The only difference is the people that you ran into were the ones that said, yes, I like the Lakers because of this guy, that guy, and that guy. But let's be honest, man. When you start asking people who their favorite player was, they say Magic. Okay, who's your favorite team as a result? The Lakers.
No, it wasn't like that. When I was growing up, we liked teams. It wasn't an individual. The individual player was on that team, and he was the best player on that team. But back then, it was like, I like this team. I like that team. It was never like the push like it is now. It's just,
so when did it shift then? When did it shift to actually liking necessarily one player?
I don't think it ever shifted.
Because what happened is, like, when I would say technically in the NBA, like when Jordan retired, it kind of like started to really shift. And I'm talking about 98 when Jordan retired. It kind of started to shift to where they tried to capture that one single player who can lead the league and to be the face of the league. I mean,
I'm gonna say it happened.
I don't think that was the case, man.
I'm just telling you,
I'm just telling you, I lived it. So I mean, I lived it back in the early '90s and the late '80s when they pushed the teams. It wasn't the individual back then. I know this based on me living it.
But you know what? I actually thought that shift came earlier. I think when he was out for that year and a half is when it started shifting towards the player, because then all of a sudden you was hearing about different individual players and their teams that were kind of not talked about when it was just Jordan and the Bulls. We
talked about that. I mean, we talked about that. We talked about the NBA trying to create a new star.
That's true, because you got to think about it. Even then, when Jordan left, I mean, everything was about Akeem the Dream. They actually started putting his Payless shoes out there so people could
Payless.
Everything was about Shaq.
Dude, Patrick Ewing had.
There you go. Exactly. Shaq was another one. It's like that's when it started to shift. Like I remember the gimmick, the Shaq attack. I remember
the Akeem shoes, the little zebra like hypnotic. I had a pair too.
See, I agree with you now. I agree with you, DJ. Like around that time, that's when it did shift, because back then it was about the team, and then like when Jordan did leave, that's when it started to shift. I agree with that.
But my argument never was that that's what they pushed. What I'm saying is that's what people said when you asked them why they had a favorite team. They said because Magic Johnson plays for that team, just like the people in Boston said because Larry Bird plays for the team. That's how it was.
So was it for them actually being good?
No,
you said the Celtics back then were, from what I see on TV, they're a powerhouse, like the Pistons.
It was a collective thing. Exactly, Zayman. It was a collective. It wasn't just Bird. That you knew Parrish, you know Johnson.
Who they knew, and the reason they were watching two different things.
No. This is what I'm saying. I grew up. I have friends who were diehard. This is why you have like the Cowboy fans, the Raiders fans, the Steelers fans. It wasn't because people love the Cowboys because of Ken Stabler. Ken Stabler was a. What's Ken State? He was a Raider. He was a Raider. Yeah, you didn't like the Raiders because of Ken State. You didn't like the Steelers because of Bradshaw. It was a collective thing that they pushed.
But you're talking about a different sport, though.
It's the same thing. Even with in the NBA, it was the same. It was the same thing. When you like the Hawks, you didn't like Neek. You like Tree Rollins. You like Spud Webb. You like Doc Rivers.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about those just underneath the tier teams.
But I'm just telling you.
What I'm saying is the teams at the top.
But this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Back in the 80s, when they pushed teams, they pushed it collectively. So when you have those fans, they spit off those players easily. That's how I can tell you about a Tree Rollins off the top of my head. Or when you talk about Cliff Levingston of the Bulls, or when you talk about like people don't even talk about him like a Michael Cooper of the Lakers. Or
what they saying right now, VF? You know what they saying?
What's that?
Who?
Exactly. See, that's what
I'm saying. But my thing, but this is what I'm saying though. You're talking about the way it was marketed. I'm talking about how casual fans latched on.
But
they didn't latch on to Cliff Levingston.
It went hand in hand. It went hand in hand. Like, they didn't. The way, just like how you said, if it's marketed that way, that's what they know. You can't market it one way and they know something different. I mean, that's just how it was.
Actually,
That's not true. That's not true.
Actually, that can exist.
That
Both
can exist.
It can exist, but that's how it wasn't that way.
Hold on. This is what I see. Overall, it was a close balance of the media portraying teams back in the early 80s, 90s to promoting the individual players secondary, but that margin was fairly close.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more player centric, the media focus and the casual fan focus now than it was in the 80s. But still, you still had people that associated through teams through individual players.
And that's what I'm saying.
Certain individual players were still marketed in the 80s and 90s. It just wasn't as heavy.
You ask a guy that was a fan of basketball in 1979 why he was a fan of the Sixers. If he doesn't tell you Dr. J, he's lying to you. Because Dr. J came over and brought that individualism to the NBA from the ABA, because that's how they marketed.
They wouldn't say Billy Cunningham? They wouldn't say Billy Cunningham?
The white people maybe.
But right there
is a baller. I mean,
right there, I totally agree with you, because the MJ is what, not the MJ, but the Dr. J is exactly what they tried to do with MJ when he came in the league. So I totally agree with that.
No, but so that's what I'm saying. It's like when you see a poster on the wall of George Gervin, it's not a poster of the Spurs. It's a poster of George Gervin.
Well, put it like this. Let's put it like this. How many posters that really was out there of George Gervin?
There was the one of him sitting in the seat with the
Hold up. I actually have a picture in front of a George Gervin poster when I was little. Yeah. So yeah, they were doing it individual players.
So that's what I'm saying.
I see where you're coming from, Bills. I see where you're coming from, because what he's saying is, yes, basketball is a team sport, but you only latched on to certain teams because of that one guy. Like back in the day, who really talks about the Knicks? Like me, I love how the Knicks played because they were that gritty teams, and how the Pistons were. Like, I'm a Grizzlies fan, to the day I die. Like Memphis Grizzlies, my squad. We are a defensive team. Now we started to shift our identity. So growing up, my favorite player was always Tracy McGrady. Was I a Rockets fan? No. Was I a Magic fan? No. I used to watch the Knicks and teams like that because of how they played. So what Bills is saying is the reason that you're a fan of these teams now because how they are marketed. They're marketed as, the NBA belongs to LeBron. It's about to be Zion's game. That's what we're seeing in front of us happening now. So I totally agree with what you're saying, Bills. I see.
Because the other thing is, like you said, the teams VF was naming, they were the top echelon teams. So they have more players that you could identify with because they all had personalities and they were just complete teams. I mean, from the point guard all the way down to the 7th and 8th man, you had complete teams. But once you start getting down to the teams like the Spurs and the Sonics, it's like, well, why you like the Sonics? Oh, well, Dale Ellis can really shoot. Okay. I mean, it's like
nobody ever said that.
Dale Ellis could shoot his ass off.
No, he could, but who in the hell do you know saying, I like the Sonic because of Dale Ellis? Me, I used to love the Sonic because of Ray Allen.
No, but I'm saying like in the 80s, for example, like when you latched on to a team like one of those teams that were never gonna make it anywhere, you latched onto that one player, and then you would watch him occasionally for that one player. As soon as he goes out of the game, you turn the channel. Because So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's really changed as far as the mindset of a lot of fans. I think it's more so it is the marketing because it was there back then. The only difference is the franchise put more stock into building a team instead of trying to put all this pressure on one guy, and then he leaves because he's tired of it. You seen Paul George the other day say, look, I tried to get the Pacers to get the best power forward in the game. I feel like he's talking about Blake Griffin, and they didn't go for it. He said, get me out of here.
Hey, because guess what? Time out, back up. You mean to tell me he said he wanted the best power forward in the league and he wanted Blake Griffin? He deserved to lose anyway.
No. Don't do that.
That's why I did it. That's why I did it. But niggas tell me, back in 2013, 2014, all BS aside, you would take Blake Griffin over Tim Duncan at the time.
Tim Duncan was older. He was steady, but
you would take him over. Okay, you would take him over Amari Stoudemire at the time.
He was hurt.
Come on, man. I can't.
I'll put it like that.
No, Zay-Mack, we're not gonna do that because you're mixing up your years now. Now in 2012, you might have had a case with Amari, but by 2014, his knees were shot.
You're right. He's with the Knicks. Okay, I take that back.
So I'm saying Blake Griffin didn't have much competition at that position in 2013, 2014. He's still the best.
Wait a minute. Let's back up a little bit. I'm not taking nothing away from Blake. Blake, he improved this game as he got better. But when you talk about 13 to 14, I mean, you got to understand, Tim Duncan was still going to the finals. You had Dirk Nowitzki was still good. You had some players that was still more efficient than Blake. Because Blake couldn't shoot worth a damn until 2016, 2017.
Carlos Boozer was doing.
Yeah, but
Boozer was still doing pretty good too.
Yeah, not in 2014.
No, not 14. I'm sorry.
Carlos seriously at all. Nah.
Wait a minute. We still have Paul Gasol. He was good too.
Paul Gasol, a Grizzly. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He was a Laker at the time. But
He was hurt. I was hurt.
No.
I was hurt around that time.
That's why we had to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? We got his brother, and it worked out for us.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In 2013, 2014, Blake was averaging basically 24 and 10. Nobody at the power forward position was doing that. And he was shooting 50-some%.
So he was the best by default. Because, I mean, let's be honest.
But I said that. I admitted that.
Yeah. But, I mean, because let's be honest. Blake Griffin can't shoot past 10 feet. I mean,
that's not still the case. That's not still the case. That's not still the case. That's not still the case.
No, he after 2017 he's got better. I agree, but I mean,
no. But what I'm saying, in 2014, Paul George said, "Look, I went to the franchise. I said, I want you to get me this player." You know what they did? They said, "No, PG, you're gonna play power forward next year." He's like, "Man, get me out of here."
Hey, you know what? And you know what? Low key, I don't blame the front office honestly because
man,
Paul George was one of the top guys at that time.
Yeah. My thing is, I just never seen Blake Griffin was like the attraction to pick up. I just never did. I mean, he's flashy when it comes to dunking, and he finally got a jump shot like 8 years later out of his career. I just never saw that.
Dunking has gone down.
Yeah, but look at the fact
to his legs.
Look at the fact he averaged 24 and 10 without a jump shot.
No, I agree. Now I'm with you there. I just never saw him as the main attraction. So when Paul George asked for him, the front office probably had a point like, yeah, get out of here with that.
Okay. Now, hold on. Now, VF, I could hear you on that, but here's my thing. Not only do you not get who he asked for, you say no. Instead, you're gonna play power forward this year.
Yeah, that is kind of jacked up.
That's definitely a slap in the face.
I agree with that. That's some bullshit. Like
that's like you were cooking in the kitchen. And you're like, yo,
it's like
that's like you in the kitchen, right? You're the top chef in the kitchen. And they're like, all right, yo. You know, I need somebody that can dice some shit up for me so I don't have to do it while I'm cooking. They're like, you know what? Now you can do that shit too.
But Bills, they were better off just saying like, look, we gonna get you somebody big for no reason, just a nice big body at power forward. And
just find a valuable replacement if you're not gonna get him.
Who they present to PG?
Himself.
No. Himself, yeah, it was himself.
No, there was somebody else that he mentioned was presented to him.
Oh, let me look.
Yeah, because he mentioned. I don't know if he mentioned that player's name, but
I was like, look, we'll draft somebody that's 6'10".
Nah, it was like another free agent.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh no, what it was? He said the person that they presented him with was injured the previous season. So it's just like, man, get me out of here.
No, because I mean, like what I was saying is like for them, if I was a front office, it would have been better off for them saying like, look, we'll draft somebody that's 6'10" and just can rebound. They're better off doing that. Just giving them
we're just a small market team. So
yeah, I'm reading it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
So this was the quote. He said, I ain't gonna say names because I'm gonna keep the business private. I'm gonna just say this. I had at the time the best power forward saying he wanted to come to Indy and team with me. The franchise said, we're a mid-major, we're a small market, we can't do it, we're a small market, we can't afford it. I'm like, the best power forward wants to come play here, y'all can't make it work. They didn't want to do it. So then he said, I'm like, now I'm pissed because it's like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? They don't want to win. I've got the best power forward that wants to come play. Not everybody chooses Indiana. So what he's saying is, look, if they want to come play here, they will say, look, I'll sacrifice some pay because I want to play here. They gave up that opportunity by telling themselves, oh, we're a mid-major. We're not going to get him. So from that perspective, I can understand because then his replacement is fucking Thaddeus Young. That's man, if you don't get out of here.
I can understand why he left. Now I'm not saying I'm not saying that he shouldn't have left, but it's just like for them to say that you gonna play power forward was BS, and it's like for them they would have better off just saying we'll bring you somebody.
Indiana teams in the other past, and you mean to tell me you couldn't make that work? I'm like, Indiana teams in the past they had both the Davis brothers, Reggie Miller,
Right.
Rick Smits,
Right.
Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose.
Yeah, you had all that. You mean to tell me you can't because you're a small market team?
Somebody
You a
in the
small
front.
market team in the '90s, and you had all these players.
Somebody in the front office just wanted to be cheap. That's what that is.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'll tell you what happened. Because I remember all this going down. Remember the next season, Larry Bird started coming out talking about, well, Paul George don't make decisions around here, and Paul George gonna play power forward. We gonna make him play power forward.
No, Larry Bird was like, ain't no black man making no decision around here.
That's all it was.
Hold up, man. When did Larry Bird become racist,
how they talk in French lick?
Listen to it. He said, I'm not gonna get into a battle about where Paul George will play. He's a basketball player, and we can put him anywhere we want.
They tried to pay.
Then he said he don't make decisions around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's what it was. It was, look, we ain't gonna let a player come in and tell us how to do our job better than us, even though we suck at our job. So now you can play power forward after you ask for a power forward. Now you can play power forward.
We got you a power forward, motherfucker.
We got you a power forward.
It's called the mirror.
This how it probably went, right? It's like, yeah, we got you a power forward. Like, oh, for real? When you gonna start? And they just pointed at him.
But wait a minute. Hold up.
They just pointed at him.
So that was the off the court moment when you knew PG was gonna go. What about the on-court moment when you knew he was gone? Remember that? Remember when dude passed him up to take the finals?
Oh yeah, I'm out of there right then. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. Now, y'all got it, cuz I'm out of there.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm good with that. That's crazy.
That man had a double team on it. He pulled a Kobe. I was like, oh.
I would have changed on the team bus.
So you know what?
I changed on the team bus.
I probably would take the team bus
anywhere, but y'all going without me, man. Y'all going without me. I'll meet y'all there.
Yes, I'm good.
Yo, PG, I was gonna stay after and do some shooting. No, motherfucker, you need to do some shooting. You want to shoot so much during the game, your ass can keep shooting all night.
Right, all night.
Y'all remember that when Deion Waiters was clapping for the ball when he played for OKC?
Look, look. Now we ain't gonna talk about that because Westbrook had a couple of guys that were like, yo. Like Victor Oladipo was there and was wasted, and then he went to India and became a star. I'm like,
became a star. Double ace. Wasn't it? Arvydas Sabonis' son did the same thing.
Did the same thing. Yeah. But let me tell you something. You talking about it. You want to talk about a power forward? That dude's dad was so underrated, yo.
And then them damn
Arvydas was a center though.
Arvydas was center, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He was a center. That's right. I don't know why I thought he was power forward.
But then them knees went.
Yeah, and that was it. But
he
before
could play, but those knees
just wasn't the same. He wasn't the same.
Them passes from Arvydas.
Hey man, that dude was nice, man.
That dude was like a shorter Jokic.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah.
His dad was great.
You know, I'll be real with it. Nikola, however you say his name, Jokic.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of him, bro.
Why?
Because maybe because I'm biased. Because as a Grizzly fan, I've had it with Pau Gasol and Marc Gasol. I've seen Marc Gasol expand his game from the post to the 3-point line. I've seen Marc Gasol win a ring. Well, I mean, I've seen it. To me, it's all he's the best thing since sliced bread. No, Dirk's been doing it. Like we've seen other dudes.
No, but here's the thing, though.
So wait a minute. So that means you don't like Valanciunas that's there now?
No. Here's the point. This is why I'm a big fan of his because he's more traditional, back to the basket. But he can knock down the 3 ball if he needs to. He doesn't live out there. Jokic, to me, always wants to shoot mid-range to 3-point baskets. He's like Embiid. Get your ass underneath the basket, play your role. I'm not the biggest fan of big guys shooting threes all the time.
Here's the thing, though, Big Zay. Here's what's special about Jokic. He's the most gifted passer at that position ever come into the league.
I can give you that.
He runs point, basically dribbling the ball all the way up the court. They set on-ball screens for him. He makes everybody on that team better. Their point guard doesn't even play point guard for Christ's sakes. They're center.
So are you a guard or a center? Like what?
But that's what I'm saying. He has to do that because his team has flaws, and he's covering up those flaws. But think about it. He has to initiate the offense. He has to post up and get his offense from the post. He has to give everybody else their offense from the post.
You ready for it?
Go ahead.
You ready? If that's the case, why sign Jamal Murray to that big ass contract extension? If that's the case,
because Jamal Murray is a guy that can spot up and work off a Jokic, and you're not gonna find another guy at his position.
What's his position? Point guard. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, he plays point guard based on the stat sheet and based on the starting lineups. But I mean, so does Avery Bradley on the Lakers, and who's the point guard?
And if you think Avery Brandy, I'm sorry, I said Avery Brandy. Avery Bradley, for the Grizzlies, man. He played for the Grizzlies. I'm not taking no slander on him. But
wait, I'm not slandering. I'm saying LeBron is the point guard on that team, though.
He said I will.
No, that's all I'm saying. When you have a guy like Jamal Murray that was young and outperformed his rookie contract, you have to re-sign him because you're not going to find another guy at that position. They're all signed, so you have to sign him. He works perfect with Jokic. I know they think they only have a 3 or 4 year window. Michael Porter got hurt, so he couldn't play the past couple years.
Michael Porter got drafted hurt.
He did. Yeah, he did. So the thing is, when you're Jokic, you have to do all that. You have to. So when he's spotting up and pulling up on, fast breaks, taking threes, he has to do that because he is that team's offense. Everybody works off of him. He's basically like the sun, and motherfuckers are orbiting around him. That's literally what Jokic is, and that's why they've had as much success.
I gotta give you that. Okay, that makes sense when you say it like that. Oh, over here, I'm sorry, I was not paying attention to the chat. They want to talk about the top 5.
I was just about to get to that too.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna go there.
I think the running backs one's easier than the team, but if we're gonna do teams,
I'd say teams and talk about college running backs.
I'll say the number one team I've ever seen in my life was the 01 Miami Hurricanes. I don't think anybody
Miami. 01 Miami was good. 95 Nebraska was good.
I was about to say them, yo.
Yeah,
you're saying he's saying the 05 Texas Longhorns. I think USC was better than them. They just lost because Pete Carroll's an idiot.
05 Texas was Vince Young with bus. I can't say the whole team.
I definitely enjoyed the 93 Seminoles.
93 Seminoles was a good one, yeah. That's a good one.
I'm going to say the 05 Trojans, even though they lost that game. I'm going to chalk that up to Pete Carroll. I think they were there. I'm taking Texas out.
The 05 Trojans were a more complete team than Texas. I agree with that.
And they were better than 04, too.
Yeah.
If you have 04 on there, you got to take 04 off.
Y'all got to think about it. I mean, back then they had at least 04. You said Mike. I mean, nobody even talks about Mike Williams, how good he was in college. I mean,
I'm not acknowledging any mention of the Florida Gators. Screw them.
That 03 Buckeyes team that beat Miami was damn good.
Yeah, because you had Maurice Claret and all of them.
Ted Ginn and Santonio Hall.
Craig Krenzel. Damn. Craig Krenzel.
What was the game that I forgot? Willis McGahee tore everything.
That was 02.
Damn.
That was the 02 team.
That's still a nasty injury to this day.
Some of those Miami teams back when Michael Irvin were there were nice too.
Yeah, the 88. That was the 87.
The crack cocaine Hurricanes.
Oh my God.
96 Florida was good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else.
The Hurricanes.
98 Tennessee was good.
The Hurricanes sniffing around.
Like I said, the Hurricanes.
I'm trying to think if any other good ones that I.
It's hard to make a top 5.
Yeah, it's hard to make it because you had a lot of good ones.
So what? I mean, where do you really pick from?
I'll say this. That team that beat Notre Dame that year, that Alabama team, holy shit. That's
another good one. But see, then again, the thing about them though, I knock them down a bit because Georgia had them on the ropes.
That's true.
That's the only way I would give them a knock. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be up there. They should, but I'll give them a knock because Georgia had them on the ropes. Literally, Georgia should have won that game. It just I don't know what kind of pass that Aaron Murray threw, but they should have.
I'm gonna say this past year's LSU team. They ran through everybody.
That was a good team. This year, LSU,
including the defending champions.
What about that 98? Well, I don't know if it was the 98 season where they had a split as far as national champions between the Michigan Wolverines. I forgot who the
97.
other
No, 97. No, 97.
Oh, it was 97.
Yeah, 97.
Why not that Michigan Wolverines team?
Yeah, that was a good team. Oh, well, go back to 03. The 03-04 Auburn Tigers was good. They got shafted out of the national title game, and they went undefeated.
Yeah.
And the thing about them, they beat like 4 top 10 teams that year, and the BCS still got them out of the.
I forgot that team. Didn't that team lose to Florida State?
No, they went undefeated because that was the Jason Campbell team with Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams and. No, that was the team that went undefeated because it ended up that.
Oh, you know what? No, mind. You're right.
Yeah, that was a really good team. That Auburn team was good too.
Yeah, because there was a later Auburn team that wound up making it. I think that was the 2013 team. They made it to the national championship before they turned it into like the college playoffs.
But man,
that was the one. That was the one that lost to Jameson them. I think. Yeah.
Miami when they
Ray Lewis. I mean, he kind of got a point there.
That was good. Got a
point there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Jarrell Williams. I don't know about putting them up there with the top 5 or making a case for top 5, but they were good.
I think we pretty much put everybody.
Yeah.
Now here's something that I think is going to be interesting though. The top 5 college running backs. Now, the reason I say it's going to be interesting is because a lot of us have seen college football in different decades.
Yeah. So many
of course, we're going to say all your Ernie Davis, your Jim Browns. Of course, we're going to say your Marcus Allen's, OJ. But I really don't know if there's really a top 5 because you kind of got in different timelines.
In college, it's so many running backs.
Because you can throw Archie Griffin in there.
Well, this is what I'll say. I'll say there are 4 that pretty much have to be there. OJ, Archie Griffin, AP, and Herschel Walker.
Off top, I agree.
Whoever's the 5th, go ahead and debate.
Well, you can say Barry because Barry in 87 was 88 was nasty.
So then you can put Barry.
I mean, Williams or Reggie Bush.
See, you got them
Reggie
too.
Bush was really good. I'd say out of those 4, if you're gonna take one out, I'd take AP out. Maybe you can put in Reggie Bush.
I mean, it is so hard.
But pretty much those 6 or 7.
It's so hard to put Barry, not put Barry. Barry averaged almost 340 a game in that 88 season. Yeah, I mean, he ended up rushing for like 2,600 yards. Like that's ridiculous.
Not that I would put this running back in the top 5, but everybody forgets about Ron Dane.
Ron Dane's another good one. Yeah, Ron Dane was another good one. You're right.
Well, yeah.
You're right. Ron Dane was another good. It's so many. Look, look. When we could go back, you can go back to '95 when Lawrence Phillips was playing with Tommy Frazier. Another good one.
But I was looking more so. I was looking more so at like the totality of the career. Like Barry had one crazy year.
Oh yeah.
But I'm talking about like those dudes that I named are like throughout their college
top 5
career.
is going to be based on their totality.
Yeah, I mean, then if you want to say totality, Doug Thomas say Ricky Williams another good one because he did good the entire time. You know,
I
think. The thing about Barry though is not the fact that he had a crazy year. It's like the type of year.
Consistent, yeah. And it was like the year that he had.
Yeah, it's almost like an anomaly. Like dudes like average like 340 a game, and I mean they only played like 11 games or something like that. It was like
he's one of the few players when it comes to running back when he transitioned to the NFL, it carried over.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, if you're looking at the total, I get it. But when you do look at somebody like Barry, like he's like is an anomaly. Like it's not like a Maurice Claret that he had that one year, but that 1 year was like what like a Ron Dana or a Herschel Walker had. So it's like his 1 year is like okay, Maurice step to the side. But when you look at the year that Barry has, like wait a minute. It's like
like
Barry had like 2 Maurice Claret seasons.
So is he kind of like the boy from Colorado, Rashawn Salam? Is he kind of like that?
Oh damn!
Right.
Let me ask you a question then. Does that mean that Joe Burrow goes as one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time? Because I don't think he does.
No, I don't see that.
By that logic, I can't really put Barry up there.
But once again, I mean, look at Joe Burrow's numbers compared to Timmy Chang numbers. Timmy Chang threw almost 6,000 yards in one season compared to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but look at Burrow. Look at who Burrow was playing. I mean, that's a different level of competition.
See, that's what I'm saying. No, I get it.
And the type of offense too.
But I'm saying, I get what you're saying. It's like I get what you're saying. But when I'm looking at the type of years, like is way astronomical. Not saying take nothing away from Burrow, but when you look at those numbers, it's like, wait a minute, those are unreal. What Joe Burrow did was unreal. Was like the way he did it. I mean, dude, like stepping out of the pocket, making unbelievable throws. He should have been sacked like 3 times. He's like on point with his throws. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but his numbers don't like correlate with a Timmy Chang or something like that. It's
but Timmy Chang played at Nevada.
No, he played in Hawaii.
He played at Hawaii. He coaches at Nevada. He plays in Hawaii. His records were broken by Cole Brennan.
I get what you're saying. No, I'm not. I absolutely understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying as far as the anomalies go, that's what I was saying. It's like when you look at it, like, wait a minute, that's like way above and beyond. Like I said, like a Maurice Claret or like who else had like that one good season and compared to his one good season. Like Barry's one good season is like 3 of one other. Like Barry, what Barry did is like 2 of what Maurice Claret did in one season. You kind of see what I'm saying? It's like I'm not saying that when you look at the total, I'm with you because I think the total should matter.
It's like Achilles Smith in '98 when he was that guy.
Right, exactly. It's like you can't put him up there even though he did good, but
Okay, I got you on that. Okay.
Right. Tim Batuka at Michigan. That's another one. Yeah, you know what I mean?
God, that was another one. Yep.
Yeah, he's another one. Like, yeah, he's like
but the point. But here's the thing I was making about AP though. This is why I say I would bump Barry out. AP in his sophomore, his freshman year, had 1,900 yards and 15 touchdowns. Then the next year, 1,100. Then the next year, 1,000. Barry literally only had one season. That's why I say when you start talking about that, it's like the totality. You got to bump him out.
And then you turn around and look at Ron Dane. Ron Dane averaged like 1,500 for 4 straight seasons.
Right.
That's like unheard of right now.
But this is why I hate the people who made that list about the greatest college football players of all time. They had the nerve to put Jim Brown first. I'm tired of people bowing down. Look, I get it.
Hold on, you see he done went to a whole nother level. Just
because see, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. When they start talking about Jim Brown with this misty-eyed allure, and they start getting the twinkle eyes about that motherfucker, I'm like, you got to remember there were people after him that were way better and played against better competition. Sorry. When you start talking about Jim Brown being the greatest college football player of all time, and then you go look at the stats, they're going to say, oh, well, stats didn't matter. It was impact. Motherfucker, you don't know nothing about impact. You weren't even living back then. You have the nerve to vote on impact. Bro, if we're going by stats, Jim Brown's stats are pedestrian at best in college.
Well, this is something else nobody talks about. I mean, even in 83 when you had Eric Dickerson, I mean, dude was a monster at SMU. He's another running back, you know what I mean? And they were forced to play multiple seasons, so you can put him up there. Him and what's his name? Craig Lame James. Both of them was pretty good, It was like
yeah.
I mean, because they actually played more than one season. But when you talk about the Jim Brown thing, I think Eric Dickerson was better than Jim Brown in college.
There were a bunch of people that were better than him in college.
So yeah, I agree.
I mean, look at
Chris Thomas.
I was going to say, look at Saquon's stats.
Yeah, Saquon's another one. I mean, Chris Thomas is like really on this Darren Sproles thing, and
yeah, he is.
Don't get me wrong. Him and L. Robeson did really good at K-State. I'll take nothing away from them, but I don't know if he would go up here with the rest of them. Kajana Carter at Penn State, that's a really good one. That's a good one. That was a good because he was nice too. Yeah, Earl Campbell had 1 or 2 good seasons in the pros too. I mean, dude beat himself up like crazy.
Earl Campbell to me is the greatest power back of all time.
I can agree with that.
Shit, look at Marshall Faulk's stats in college.
He's another one that was good. All right.
Talks about my college, yeah.
Fred Taylor was good in college at Florida. He was good.
LT, I mean, there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cadillac was good in college, but boy, oh boy, Tampa Bay.
Eddie George,
Ohio State was good. It's like when you can't. It's hard to name a top 5 when running back because for some reason out of college, I mean, you can probably do it with the quarterbacks. You may do it with the receivers and the linebackers, or you may even offensive linemen. You probably can get a top 5, but it's something about running backs in college. It was so many of them that was so good. I mean, and you know what, y'all. This entire time, we didn't even talk about the running backs that came out of the University of Georgia. Oh, yeah. We didn't even touch them.
We did not.
And there's a lot. Garrison Hurst, Terrell Davis, Musa Smith. what was that other guy that was number 47 that broke his leg in the Pro Bowl or something? He was pretty good too.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, hey, Georgia was a running back university at one point.
Running back you still, and I think the latest crop of running backs that came out of Georgia just reinforced that.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying, what's the one that came out after Gurley?
Yeah, you had Gurley, you had Nick Chubb, you had the one that plays in for the Patriots right now.
I ain't gonna hold you. No Sean Marino's stats are wild.
No, at Georgia, it's another one. No Sean Marino was nasty at Georgia.
Bro, his freshman year, the motherfucker had 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns. Second year, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. I didn't even know that.
Right. It's something about that we like all this time we've been talking about the running backs top 5, and it took us almost 10-15 minutes to even get to Georgia. That's how deep running backs are in college.
Let's talk college basketball players. That would be interesting. We never really talked college basketball on here.
DeAndre Swift, that's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, Swift another one. Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Like who's the college basketball players that stick out to y'all? I mean, I think as far as a career, Christian Laettner's hard to top.
Yeah,
along with obviously Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem, yeah.
But if we're talking more so modern era, I mean, Christian Laettner got to be at the top as far as career.
Who had a good
wasn't the best player, but
yeah, who had a good one. Another, I mean, you can just run down the list with Duke players. I mean, Jay Williams was good.
Grant Hill.
Trajan Langdon had his time.
Tyler Hansbrough had a very good career at UNC for those 4 years.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody wanted to talk about, even though not even a Duke boy. The boy that came out of Gonzaga, Adam Morrison.
Yeah, he was good in college. He was good in college. Yeah, it's a lot of them. I mean, you can even go further back. Danny Manning was pretty good.
Jay Williams.
Jameer Nelson had a great career.
Jameer Nelson had a good year.
Jay Williams.
I just said, Jay Williams is another one.
You got Anton Jameson.
Yep. Carlos Boozer.
People sleep, but Emeka Okafor and Ben Gordon killed the game for you.
Yeah.
Kemba Walker was good. I mean, you had some good college players.
Sean May.
Let me tell you.
Allen?
Yeah, Ray Allen's another one.
Allen Iverson.
I was going to get to him too. Let me tell you something about that UNC team.
The 09
Sean
team?
May.
Some of the 09 team?
No, it was like 05, I want to say.
Sean May.
Sean May, Rashad McCants, Marvin Williams, Raymond Felton.
Torian Green, was that his name? Torian Green?
Well, Torian Green was on Florida.
Okay, yeah.
He was on Florida because the year after that, then Joe Kim and Al Horford and Corey Brewer took over.
Yeah,
but that UNC team full of nothing but dummies and busts. But in college, those dudes were problems, yo.
Wait, didn't Marvin Williams play with him?
Yeah, Marvin Williams was there too, and he's still in the league, ain't it?
He's still in the league. He's the only one.
He played for Milwaukee.
Only one hanging on to a job.
Yep, John Wall.
John Wall was really good. Marcus Camby was another one at UMass. He was really good.
Oh, God.
Jarrell Williams. Oh, good?
I was about to say, I still remember when UMass eliminated Georgetown. And Camby was just
y'all forgetting somebody who should have been probably one of the greatest players to play the game if he would have lived. Len Bias.
Len Bias was nice, yeah.
He just couldn't control
it. Shit. Who was homeboy from Syracuse?
Hello?
Mello?
Pearl Washington. Motherfucker was a problem. Pearl Washington from Syracuse back in the Big East.
Yeah.
Bro.
Here goes another one nobody talks about. Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah. Jimmer's still ace. Jimmer's doing good overseas still though.
Where he's at?
I think he's in China.
No. You said overseas. There we go. He's like Nick Stauskas. He was that guy in Michigan, but where you at? Overseas.
Real football gamers said Reggie Bush was a bust. I disagree completely.
No, not at all.
No. I will say this. I think Reggie Bush did just enough to have a pretty good career. I think I will say this. I don't think he lived up to the expectation because it was extremely high, but I think he had a pretty good year.
I think Reggie Bush kind of introduced the NFL to more of a receiving back league
Yeah.
because the NFL was in transition to mostly passing at that point. So.
I mean, Bush had a 1,000-yard rushing season on 2 very bad teams after he came into his own.
Terrible team.
I think the only knock with Reggie when he came out of college, his expectations was really high. I don't think he ever lived up to those expectations, but I won't say he was a bust. I think he had a pretty good career.
He had to split carry. Remember, they were in a throwing offense, not a rushing offense. Pierre Thomas could running. He could basically be a receiving back just as well as Reggie could. So he had to.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty good career. I don't think he was a bust, but
I definitely.
I really think you want to talk about a bust. You look at his teammate Lindell White. Now that was a bust.
Wow. Let me tell you.
White held it down for all the stocky motherfuckers who thought they could run the.
He did. About the 2 seasons.
For 3 years, he did it.
Lendale ate himself out of a starting job, and Chris 2K was born.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you another person that ate himself out of the league. Deuce Staley.
Yes, he did.
He started picking up weight and he started having knee troubles. It was just like, no, it's not. Your knees can't carry that weight.
Yeah, that motherfucker was trying to be a running backs coach for Pittsburgh. Like, you need to find nutritionists in there. Trying to coach somebody.
Oh man.
Matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it. Do y'all think that if Reggie Bush would have got taken over Mario Williams, would he had a better career than what he had?
Hell no.
You don't think so? No, he would end up going to the Texans.
I think he would have been. I think he would have been a bust there because the Texans were very bad at that time.
Yeah, they were really bad. Yeah.
Mario Williams was the only bright spot aside from Andre Johnson, and even that really wasn't enough till they got what's his name?
Wait a minute, was that the Texans? Was that the Texans' first season?
No. They were 3 years.
I just want to make sure because I know the first team they beat was Dallas.
No, they were 3 years in. They were 3 years in because they started in 2002 and that was 2005.
I just want to make sure.
Real Football Gamer actually you can track the receiver running back thing all the way back to Lenny.
No. The problem, I get what he's saying. The thing was when Mike Marks became the offensive coordinator or the coach or whatever. That's when Marshall Faulk been coming out the backfield catching the ball. But Marshall Faulk was a bona fide running back at first.
But even then, you could track back the wide receiver. I should say running backs kind of playing wide receiver and catching the ball. You could track that all the way back to Lenny Moore on the Colts.
If you think about it,
ahead of his time.
If you think about it, the term used to be called scat bat.
Right.
Scat bat.
But remember, the thing with Marshall Faulk was it was basically you're running the ball behind the line of scrimmage, but when Mike Marks came, that's when they spread it. I mean, the entire offense was spread once Mike Marks started calling offenses.
Well, Marshall Faulk was okay as far as like running back wise. He was primarily like traditional running back when he was with the Colts.
Right, exactly. Like I'm saying, when he got to the Rams. And Mike Martz started running that their greatest show on turf. Not only the receivers caught the ball, the running backs ran routes too. So that's where that came from.
But yeah, Lenny Moore really started that. Lenny Moore started that. Roger Craig continued that.
Yeah.
Marshall Faulk basically revolutionized that. And now we see guys like Christian McCaffrey kind of just continuing that.
Right. Yeah, and Ravens Nation's right. Joe Washington did full double duty with the Redskins.
Well, you can go back.
That was like early in the day.
You can go back to the 50s and find Lenny Moore, who was their full-time running back. He had 50 catches for 938 yards. So back then, that's go ahead.
I'll just say, like, wait. First of all, I don't know nobody who's about to go back that damn far to watch football and leather helmet.
I'm a student, man. I'm a student of the game, man. I told him my favorite receiver ever was Lance Allworth, and he never really got a chance to play that.
Hey, Zay, they had leather helmets and leather shoes.
I swear they and everything, bro.
Playing on some of the worst football fields ever in life.
Right.
They playing on cornfields and shit. I'm not finna watch that.
So it's Real Football Gamer said the thing with receiving running backs though, besides CM222, is that they start running. They start trying to run 20 carries a game to get hurt. I
don't agree with that.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that either. Look at James White.
I think the problem is they putting these some running backs in certain positions that I ain't gonna say they get hurt. They're just not effective. And when you do get a running back, like you said, like a James White, or you get what's his name out of the Cleveland right now, Nick Chubb. Those are your traditional running backs that run like that. You can't put Alvin Kamara in the same position where that Nick Chubb is. It's just it don't work like that.
I gotta disagree with that too because well, again, I'm biased. I'm a Cards fan, but we traded for Kenyon Drake. I want to say week 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he came with us, that man had the best stats of his whole freaking career in like 7 or 8 games. And if you look at his numbers, he ran the ball at least 25 to I'm gonna say 28 to maybe 30 times a game.
But Kenyon Drake technically never was an outside running back. He always been a between the tackles.
He became one with us though. He became one with us. In Miami didn't work, but when he came to the desert, it flourished for him.
I would say the other thing is when you look back at the history of the game, for example, I mean, there were a lot of offenses that were kind of ahead of his time by running out of shotgun. Mm-hmm. And the way those scat backs are used these days when they run the ball, even Mack, they don't really line up in the backfield and run it in 12 personnel like that. That's just not how it happens.
They don't do it. Yeah, right.
Usually the linemen are slamming, sliding down the line, and they're just trying to create a hole for him to either cut back or set that edge. So it's like these days, those guys aren't running into 3 and 4 guys in the middle in a scrum, like 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Like that those errors that's a bygone error. There are still guys that do it occasionally. There are guys that are on a team to do it, but it's like, I mean, that's just not really the case anymore. Those guys aren't really specialists.
A team that's built to do that can neutralize an offense, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Patriots try to do it at times. You have other teams that are championship caliber teams still try to go back to it. It's in their back pocket, but it's not as prominent or to the forefront like it used to be. Like what you're saying, like back then, that was like the basis of an offense at one point.
Yeah. Because he said, let me know who can be that guy. Sproles and Kevin Falk were not very good when they got the whole load of carries. Yeah, but remember, they never really did get the whole. I remember I've been a Patriots fan pretty much my entire
they never
life.
Was that. They never was that type of running back.
Yeah, Kevin Falk never was given that to begin with.
So. They had Corey Dillon that one year.
Now Corey Dillon was that type of running back. Yeah, but
Corey Dillon. But and that's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
I said nobody really talks about Corey Dillon like that.
That's true.
Well, and here's another thing we got to talk about. When we start talking about the evolution of the game, I would say this whole running back by committee thing, it really got started with the Giants that beat the Patriots team that year because they had Brandon Jacobs and they had Ahmad Bradshaw.
No, wait a minute. No.
Brad
Barber.
Tiki wasn't there that year.
Okay. He retired the year before.
You had Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs.
Bradshaw and Jacobs.
It worked, and a lot of teams emulated the formula. I think the team that does it in the current day right now, you can't go against the Saints because they utilize that running back. Them and the Patriots, they utilize that the best.
The 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers did a good job with it.
They did it out of default.
The 49ers did with 3 running backs. They did with 3.
They did it out of default because Tevin Coleman was signed after Jared McKinnon got hurt. Jared McKinnon was supposed to be the guy. Yeah. He went down. Tevin Coleman got signed. He got hurt. So now you got Matt Breida. But then Super Bowl run, who they use? Raheem Mostert.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Let me tell you something. It's one thing that Jared McKinnon, he went to Georgia Southern too. He got hurt. I get that. But Matt Breida.
I'm a fan.
Matt Breida, I mean, he's technically like your fastest running back. Y'all running 7 yards a carry, and you don't use this guy not once. You know what? This goddamn dude, what the dumbass
got him started.
I don't even know his name no more. Shanahan. He's a terrible fucking coach. He blew 2 Super Bowls for no reason. You got the lead. All you have to do is run the ball and kill the clock. But no, you put Pat Mahomes right back on the field and you end up losing the game. Why would you throw the ball after averaging 7 yards?
Because Kyle Shanahan. That's why.
The first carry you got 5 yards. It's 2nd and 5. You're gonna throw the ball. Run the ball again. If you want to throw it on 3rd down, I get it. But you stop what's working. Same thing they did with Atlanta. Let's talk about something else because you did the same goddamn thing.
Wait. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to pick on Big Zay Mack for a second.
Come on. I'm here.
Now you ain't about to say because that's Kyle Shanahan, but you gonna go back to that Bears game where y'all kicked to Devin Hester and shit in half after y'all was up 21-zip.
See what had happened was I remember that game. Look, let me tell you, bro. I remember that game. I was a kid. I think I was in like 8th, 9th grade, maybe. I'm like, yeah. Thursday night football. That's how you know I remember. It was Thursday night game. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we doing our thing. I'm going to school them off in the brag until they help got that ball.
Bro.
Okay, you know what? Oh, we up 21-7. We kick a field goal, 24-7. So I'll go in the kitchen, talk to my mom, my pops. I'll go back, watch TV, and I say we were losing. My dad is looking at me with the damn. The I eat ass face. Come on, Pop. Don't be like that. Man,
Matt Leinart was out here looking like the next coming, and then
came and look what happened. The Bears are who we thought they were.
That motherfucker punched the side of the podium.
Bro,
now you want to crown him?
Roastman. The side of the podium. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard that is?
Right, that's what I'm saying. He didn't punch the part that was like covered. Yeah. That motherfucker said, I'm gonna find a part to break my hand. That motherfucker found the side of the podium and punched that bitch.
Hey, but you know what though? No matter that happened, I'm still a fan. I'm not jumping.
No, I know.
That's my squad, but
I fuck with the Cardinals. I fuck with the Cardinals back then, man. I did like because they had Edgerrin James.
Man, don't say that. We don't claim him. We don't claim.
What?
It's almost like you claiming Emmitt Smith.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, the washed up running back went to Arizona.
Exactly. You go to Arizona tonight. Rashard Mendenhall is another example nobody else talks about.
Wait. Chris Warren. I think Chris Warren went to Arizona. Who else went to Arizona?
Edgerrin James had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. You ain't gonna do that to that man.
We won 2 games.
Bro, nah, you ain't about to do that. Y'all went to the Super Bowl that year.
Didn't Julius Jones go to the Cardinals?
We had Beanie Wells.
Julius Jones sucked.
No, we did have Julius Jones. God damn.
He sucked.
Yeah, Julius Jones
was always better.
He do an extra crispy trash. Yeah.
Marion Barber came and he proved he was trash after that too.
God.
You want to talk about no? You want to talk about a guy who had a pretty good college career? That guy. When he played at Minnesota, they had him and Lawrence Maroney. Both had some pretty good.
But this is what I'm gonna say. The Cowboys, when they were trying to find that running back to complete their team, good Lord, you go Julius Jones, Marion Barber, Felix Jones back to back. Hate to see it.
But the thing is, Marion Barber actually had promise. I don't know what happened to him. He was actually pretty decent.
I remember the last glimpse I saw of Marion Barber, and that's when that motherfucker should have got out of bounds against the Broncos, and his dumb ass stayed in bounds when he was on the Bears, and they lost that game.
Oh, DeMarco Murray's career ended when he got stripped in that winner go home
injury problems
against the Redskins, because remember he was carrying the ball and all of a sudden it just came out. Like no one stripped him, it just came out.
He had injury problems too.
But you know what? Speaking of the Bears, real quick, we go back to college real quick. Nobody really talked about Cedric Benson. Dude was pretty good at Texas.
No, man, somebody mentioned Cedric Benson in the chat.
Somebody put it in the chat? Okay,
somebody probably put it in the chat.
Yeah, Cedric Benson was pretty good at Texas. I didn't give him that. He was all right. Because he was the backup to Ricky Williams, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he was backup to Ricky Williams.
He had a good career for the Bears and the Bengals. You know, he played all right.
I thought he was the primary starter for the Bears.
He was. He just passed away recently, too.
Like in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Jarrell Williams said, "Y'all tripping about that when my Seahawks didn't give Marshawn a ball at the 1."
We've
had discussions about this.
I was about to say, I think we talked about last week. We talked about
all they had to do, not even Marshawn Lynch, bro. Russell Wilson, just fall forward,
bro.
Either that or a bootleg.
Zaymack, it's Pete Carroll.
That's what I'm saying is what you expect. The guy took all those gamble fans, and if I got any Seahawks fans tuning in, I love y'all, but at the same time, I hate y'all for the fact that y'all don't know who Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander was. Y'all don't know who Tommy Jones. Y'all don't know these guys. Like
y'all don't know Ken Hamlin. Y'all don't know
Cortez Kennedy. You know, is it Kramer? No, they don't know Steve Largent. Like y'all don't know this.
Michael
They don't even know Jim Zorn.
They don't know Michael Boulware.
Like y'all don't know these guys, and the
But
fact
that goes to my
y'all say
point.
12 man, like I hate that.
But that goes to my point that that's how casuals start joining into being fans of teams.
And they also don't remember being in the AFC.
They don't know that. They don't know that. And when you go to the games, you got to see these fair weather millennial hipster fans. That's really what's up there. You know, so I've been to the games when the Cardinals come to town. I'm there every year when I was living up there.
Yeah.
But when you see them, it's 12 this, 12 that. But they don't know anyone about the team besides they know Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, they know Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, and them. But the team before they had those trash ass jerseys.
The thing about it is they went to the Super Bowl.
Ravens Nation has a good question.
They don't know that. What'd he say?
So he said, we had a conversation before, but after Marshawn, AP, and Gore retires, who do you think will be the classic tailback carrying the ball 20 times a game? Zeke?
I was about to say that's easy.
Zeke. Look, I still think C-Mac's going to carry the ball 20 times. It's just not going to be the traditional way.
Yeah, you got Derrick Henry.
He has to have been
Derrick Henry. Yep.
I'm gonna tell you something now. Wait a minute. That kid out of that playing for Las Vegas right now.
Oh,
Jacob could he could be that kid. He could be that guy to do that.
I think Le'Veon Bell, depending on where he lands, is still that guy for a couple more years.
He ain't that guy right now.
well, shit. Look where he at.
That's what I'm saying.
Ronald Jones.
Mark Ingram could be it for a couple more years.
Joe Mixon.
I would say Ronald. I would say Mark Ingram, but they just got that kid out of Ohio State too, so that might not be the case.
Wait a minute. Mark Ingram's is still in Baltimore, right?
Yeah, but they picked up.
He'll last a lot longer because they basically had 3 running backs.
Yeah, they picked up J.K. Dobbins. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That's right.
James Conner is gonna do it, but he's just gonna suck. He's gonna have 20 carries for 50 yards.
Gonna do it too. Like they got no choice but to do it in New York. Saquon's gonna do it.
I'm excited for Saquon this year, actually.
I can see Saquon doing it. Exactly.
I feel bad for Saquon this year.
Ravens run the ball 35 plus times a game using 3 different people. Yeah, but that's just gonna change this year.
I think in Washington they're gonna do it with Geis.
No. It's still gonna be AP. I don't see Geis working AP.
They're gonna start with. I figured they're gonna start with AP, but then transition to Geis. They've been trying to do that for the last few years, but Geis keeps getting hurt.
I'm about to say that's why Geis is just another Carson Wentz. Yeah, you're good. You're gonna give me 5 games.
Well, where's Spec Pooh at, boy? Don't say that.
Hey, I got to, man. I mean, the thing is, I love the talent. We know what you can do. We seen you do it in college at LSU, guys. Now, since you played for the Redskins, you never played for the Redskins. I don't think I've ever seen him in a jersey on the field running the ball, ever. And am I lying on that? Like I've never seen him run the ball.
I'm like he has, but like you said, it's been few and far in between because he keeps getting hurt. So we don't really see a good dosage of what he can do. I'm like he had that game. I forgot the game against Green Bay where he went off for a little bit, but other than that, I'm like he's been hurt and it's been the AP show for the last 2 years. You know, Jay Gruden for the first half of last year did AP dirty.
He did.
And I was like, I've been on that fire Jay Gruden train for quite some time. So when it happened, I was just like, thank God.
I'm sitting here reading what Real Football Game said about Geis. He said Geis plays one game, trucks the whole team, and tears his shoulder off and knee.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that Zion was going to be that guy. I thought he was going to come in and have like 35, and then the next game he goes and dunks the ball too hard and gets hurt. He just seems like that type of dude. But then when he stayed healthy after that initial injury, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I think Zion going to be all right. I think he's going to be good. And one thing I like about Zion, that was like a real quick transition. The thing about Zion that I'm actually impressed that he actually has a decent jump shot. I didn't think he had it in him. He can actually shoot the ball too. So that's
see, you know I'm a Duke head, so I watched him last year.
Yeah, he had a good jump shot then.
Jarrell Williams,
you wouldn't know unless if you watch Duke.
Jarrell Williams, we ain't no. So
hold on, hey Pooh, I'm sorry, hey Pooh, hey, I don't want no smoke. I was just playing. I'm just playing. Hey, I'm just playing. I want no smoke, dog.
He said, he said to just let the season speak.
Man, don't say nothing. Bills, don't say nothing. Cause
no.
I know what you about to say. No, don't do it.
This is what I'm about to say. I'm about to piss Pooh off real bad.
No, man.
No, hold on.
Man, we about to
over under on how many games till Jalen Hurts is starting.
I'm gonna take the under.
Look at Zay.
I didn't give you. Zay, I didn't give you a number yet.
Hey, that's the thing, Bills. You didn't even give him a number. He already said an under.
He's like, I'm gonna take the under regardless.
The under, man.
Okay. 8 games over under.
I'm taking under off top. Under, bro.
VF over under 8 games.
I'm glad y'all came to the party. We about to get the closing. I ain't doing it, man. I'm not doing it, man.
No, over under, fam. Come on. Over under 8 games.
You know what? I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say over it. He's going to play 9 games.
Yo, DJ over under.
All right. I'm going to say under, and he'll be replaced due to performance.
Yo, I'm gonna say over. He's gonna play 8 games on a quarter. He's gonna get right when he hits that threshold. Oh my God, Pooh's over here punching air right now.
Hey, Pooh, I don't want no smoke. Hey, buy my next album when it drop. Hey, man.
Who's saying he was playing Smash? It'll be Smash the Air by the time
Yo, Zay-Mack turned into a businessman real quick.
Hey, man, the album come out. Hey, I'll send you something, bro. Hey,
Lord Jesus. Hey, Pooh gonna be the type gonna get the pillow off his bed and start body slamming that
shit.
No lie. That's what all of us used to do back in the day was kids. We would play like
but I'm saying you're right. You're right, but he's doing it because of what we said, though.
He DDT in the pillow right now.
Right.
I'm saying.
Yo, who said these are receipts if it doesn't pan out? Yo, we're trolling, but the worst part is we're kind of not trolling at the same time.
I mean, let's be real. Even when you're playing Madden, I have played with the Eagles before on Madden. I'm playing online. Second quarter, going to halftime. I'm trying to scramble out the pocket. I throw the ball away. Carson Wentz's taken out. He's hurt.
I thought you was about a simulation game. I thought you was about to say you went to halftime. He came out. He was hurt. No, man, Pooh, man, we just messing with you, man. We low key trolling, but a little bit serious too. But
Carson Wentz about as durable as a Lego holding up a house.
Boy.
Let's go back to Jarrell Williams. He says he thinks the Ravens will win the Super Bowl. Is there no question? I disagree. The Ravens. How much better did they get? Let's be honest. How much better did they get as far as their issues? How much better did they get? They didn't get a target
out of the AFC. Let's be real. Who are they beating out of the AFC? Who goes up against them to take them out? If you want to be real,
Chiefs.
I can see the Chiefs or Titans doing it again. Right? Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Chiefs, Titans for sure.
My dark horse team.
The Bills.
I was just about to say that's my dark horse. Somehow,
the thing about the Bills and the Raiders.
Pooh, we love you, baby. Pooh, I'm just playing. I love you, baby. I'm just playing, man. Hey, I'm sorry. I ain't even feeling that. I'm sorry.
He big man, boy. He clotheslining the pillow and all. Man, he big man. But honestly though, like the thing about the Bucks, not the Bucks, but I'm sorry, but the Bills and the Raiders. They're able to topple them, but it all is about quarterback play. If Josh Allen play, me and Bills even said this last year about them being a dark horse. The Achilles heel of the Bills was just the quarterback play. The running game was there.
Pretty much.
The receivers could catch. And the defense was really nice.
Hold on, I'm confused. Ravens Nation said, Bills, we've won 2 Super Bowls with the same formula. So y'all were running the read option? Y'all were running.
I
Y'all running.
No, you
That
need to
won
tell
the
me.
Super Bowl
No,
with a
you need to tell me.
traditional offense.
You need to
Shut
tell
the
me.
hell
on,
up.
You need to
stop
tell
that,
me.
bro.
Hold on. Well, tell me the game that Trent Dilfer ran for over 100 yards. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What
Joe
are you
Flacco
talking
ran
about?
for 250 yards.
Yeah.
and 3
Let me know when Joe Flacco ran for over 100 yards.
He said
Let's
the
do it.
point. No, don't do that. He said the point is we were running the ball. Let's
No,
look at the last.
not we. Lamar Jackson was running the ball, not we.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the other thing, Big Zay. Let's look back at the last time y'all won a Super Bowl. Who were y'all's receivers? Oh yeah, Anquan Bolden.
Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones was a killer in the special team.
He was a special teams guy.
So come on, bro. You had a good tight end back then. You have good tight ends now. That's really your only offense. But who do you have on the outside?
He can't say Hollywood because Hollywood is just like everybody else. He's hurt.
I like Hollywood,
He's just a 9.
They don't have
a post corner. That's it.
They don't have a bona fide number one receiver. You better go get Antonio Brown's bipolar ass.
They tried out Crabtree. That didn't work.
Well, come on.
I think
Crabtree played for Arizona and he got cut soon. So.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I kind of
that motherfucker's busy getting his chain snatched on the football field.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh man, when I saw that, to me, I lost all respect for him when that happened.
He had his chain snatched twice.
That motherfucker went to the sideline. Grandma Bobby that chain. Man,
here's the point, though, Ravens Nation. Here's the point, man. You saying you weren't even going to bring up Hollywood. Who else are you going to bring up?
Nobody. You gonna bring up Willie Snead?
Who was that? Who was that?
Get out of here, man.
I mean, if y'all had a legit threat at wide receiver, I could co-sign something with you. But
let me tell you,
Hollywood Brown, and to me, he's not a receiver. He's another 8. I'm gonna hit 9, go route, fade. That's all you got.
Let me tell you who the Ravens are. The Ravens are the Houston Texans in a easier division.
Wow, and I
look at the makeup. Look at the makeup of the teams, right? And then just look at the difference in the teams they play in the division. They're basically the same team.
So we just gonna discredit the Bengals though.
Nobody talks about the Bengals.
Nobody's gonna look. All right,
cares, bro.
Joe Burrow's there. Joe Burrow's there. One man does not turn that ship around.
I'm gonna tell you, man. With Joe Burrow there, they may win maybe 6 games.
No, sir. They're winning 4.
Ravens Nation said 4. Ravens Nation lying again.
They had Derek Mason at one point. They had Michael Jackson.
Are we gonna forget about Steve Smith?
Derek Clayton. You know what I'm saying? They had.
You're gonna stop that, fam.
Hey,
now don't get me wrong. They didn't have that elite dynamic receiver, but they had a lot of good
Ravens Nation.
I mean, Anquan Bolden's probably like the closest one to that elite one, but overall, y'all had a good bit of serviceable.
All I know is that the Ravens don't get to that Super Bowl in 2012 without him.
I mean, because the thing is, he's like he's talking about the formula. Let's get back to this.
Okay, so hold up. To see what Ravens Nation said, they were winning when Steve Smith was. Of course, they were winning when Steve Smith was there.
That's the point we're making. Right?
Yeah, we ain't asked real football game and just said Derek Mason. I forgot all about him.
Yeah, Derek Mason was there.
I mentioned Derek Mason.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Because he came over from Tennessee.
And Ravens Nation, you also got to remember, bro. You're comparing different years, but the league is different now. You need a number 1 receiver.
Chris Thomas, no. I hate to cut you off real quick, but Chris Thomas,
hell no.
No, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, you better watch out.
Yeah, that looks like that's the Bills division.
Bills
are the Dolphins. Bills are the Dolphins.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been sleeping on the Dolphins because they made a whole bunch of good moves.
Yeah, they made a lot of good moves.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I say 2 teams from the AFC East this year.
And on top of that, even before making all these great moves, they still managed to beat the Patriots at least once.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing, and that's the thing. We talked about this before. No matter how bad,
they're like the only team in the AFC East that managed to beat them.
No matter how bad they are, the Dolphins always find a way to beat the Patriots at least once.
And Ravens at that.
Right.
So now Ravens Nation
right.
Derek Mason was a good consistent receiver even when he was there. We will always run first team. We're staying that way. Look, bro, you got to understand. We're talking about a consistent receiver that can get open. We're not talking about the system. We're talking about a guy that is like, okay, let me give an example. This isn't a big name, but DJ always used to talk about it on his team. Ryan Grant is a guy we're talking about. We're talking about a guy like that. On third down, you can depend on this guy. If you have to depend on putting your tight ends in motion to get any type of open routes for your team every time you throw the ball, is an issue. Because if Lamar Jackson has to hold the ball more than a second in the pocket, he's either running or he's gonna force it to somebody. It's gonna be incomplete because y'all have nobody to get open on the outside.
And he's gonna make the argument about Hollywood. Here's the point. Hollywood needs 40, you know what I'm saying? He's a 40-yard out guy. He's a 40-yard fade guy, post corner. That's all he is. Like, if he had something else to his route tree, I could kind of give him something, but he doesn't.
Well, and then the big play that he had last year was based on the fact that the RPO really got all the defenders paying attention to Mark Ingram getting it out of the backfield because they run a lot from shotgun.
He was against the Browns.
Yeah, and Hollywood Brown broke him. That was against the Dolphins, and then he took off.
The Dolphins. Oh, I mean, but I can't give him that because against the Dolphins.
That was the first big game. That was the first big game that Lamar Jackson had, and then he went on a long run. But it's just like he doesn't have a receiver that he can go to that's consistent and reliable, and that hasn't changed. So when you say we just need a receiver, that's a big time issue, bro. It's like you say we just need a receiver. Like you're just gonna find one. Like you're just gonna go to Walmart. Hey, you play football? No, that's not how it works, bro.
And yes, they do because it worked for Kurt Warner and us. Yes,
man,
yeah, it did.
Kurt Warner, yeah, but the difference was Kurt Warner was actually playing football before that.
I had to say it, man. My man Chris Thomas say the Bucks are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Hey,
no,
I know it's not gonna. I can't rule it out. I'm not gonna sit here.
I'm not gonna rule it out either. The only thing about it is the division. The division that they're in is tough.
It's a tough division.
Yes, the South always beat up on each other. So
I think if the
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say real quick. I think if the Bucks can make it out of that division with
they make it out clean. They make it out clean.
If they can make it out of the division with 3 losses,
they got a legit shot.
I think they're good.
Yeah, they got to get out of the division clean. They can't they can't be like one game ahead of one team because the division gonna beat itself up. I mean, you gotta have like that cushion to where you may get like a first round bye or something like that.
Ravens Nation, how did that work last year for you?
They ran against a team who actually plays smash mouth football, and
but that's the definition of insanity is banging your head against the wall and thinking you're gonna get a different result. You keep banging your head against the wall, you're gonna continue to have a headache. Last year. I mean, yeah. That's
I will say this. I think they got a shot, but I think the Ravens got exposed, and I don't think they did enough to fix that.
They didn't.
They didn't address their one need, which was receiver.
And I think that's the problem with them. I don't think they did enough to patch up that exposure that they had.
Bro, think about this.
I think they'll be a good team, no doubt, but I don't think they'll get over the top.
But VF, think about this logically. They had one game where they gave up a lot of yards to Derrick Henry. And instead of looking at the reason they couldn't put points on the board, they said, oh, shit, well, we need Calais Thomas now. No! You faced Derrick Henry one time and you think your run defense is the problem?
See, the
problem was you couldn't put up points.
It'd be different if he was in their division. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like you're going to face a guy like Derrick Henry one time. His name's going to be Derrick Henry. You'll be okay with the defense you had. Find yourself a receiver. Like, come on, bro.
All right. We about to hit the 3-hour mark. What else y'all got?
Because
I mean, I would stay here. Honestly, I would stay here and talk, but I do have to, I have to do the 9 to 5 thing in the morning, unfortunately.
I'm good. We good.
Yeah, just like that's all I got.
Yeah, shoot. Driving trucks, but I got to be awake. but anyway, hey man, listen, everybody, this has been a great episode. I mean, even though that the stream that they did for Madden was slightly lackluster. It got a lot of information, but I'm
more interested in the gridiron notes. I sent it to the DM.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I pulled it up already. I'm about to read it.
Yeah, and I think this side of the podcast was more entertaining, in my opinion, when we actually talked about sports. I know Big Zay really enjoyed that. I'm glad that he did.
Oh yeah.
And thank you for the participation from the chat throughout. Yeah, that was major.
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, we really got that. And Zay, man, we can't thank you enough for coming through. Not only just showing your knowledge about sports and gaming, And you know, I can't say it enough. Y'all go check out this guy's music. Great music. Y'all need to go check it out like now. You know, as soon as y'all get off this, y'all should have
been multitasking and
yeah, you should have been multitasking.
On Spotify.
There you go, exactly. Check this.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it immediately.
Yeah, check it out. It's great music, and I love the fact that he's balanced and has knowledge of what we do as well. We really appreciate you, man. Let me tell you, anytime you want to come back on the podcast, the door is always open, and I speak for all the other two guys as well.
Man, look, I'm gonna take y'all up on that, man. I mean, every time y'all tune in, I might not comment all the time, but I definitely tune in and listen, man, because I just love hearing people who know sports talk sports, people who know games talk games, and the chat's been booming, man. They've been booming with us all night, and every time I actually do tune in, they boom all the time. So yeah, y'all been life, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Yeah. Definitely, anytime.
Anytime. The doors are open. We mean that. Anytime you want, just shoot me, DJ Bill. Just shoot us a chat, bro. We'll send you the link. You can come in and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Because we know.
I'm about to say, don't actually shoot us, but
yeah, don't do that.
Wow.
We already got a problem. We already got a problem with certain people shooting us already. We don't need no more.
I'm about to say, et tu, Brute? Good God.
I'm about to say, man, I don't talk about nothing like that in my music, man. I
think
like y'all.
No, they picking on the fact that you military. Yeah.
Oh, look, man. Look, even though still, I'm not gonna do that shit, man. Look, I'm trying to make $1 just like everybody else, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. And that's another thing that we didn't even mention about your music. I mean, you got a very good vibe with your music. It's not like when we say this guy, Zay is a rapper, it's not the type of rapper you think. I mean, he's very chill.
God, it's definitely not those other rappers.
Right. I mean, very chill, laid back. You actually can understand the words coming out of his flow.
It's a plot.
the words actually rhyme. Like, he's a very talented artist. So you guys need to go listen to him, man.
Thank y'all, man. Yeah, Thank y'all.
What you got, Bills, before we go, man?
Thank you everybody for coming through. Y'all have been great in the chat. I wish we got this much participation when we weren't talking about Madden, but we'll definitely keep building our base. And the stream was okay, but the podcast when we started talking after that was much better, which we kind of have come to expect at this point. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming through, and big shout out to Big Zay Mack, man.
Yeah.
What about you, DJ? What you got?
First, big shout out to Big Zay Mack. It's nice to have you on. Always welcome to come back on. And then shout out to the chat. Y'all were lively today. Some of y'all deserve to be shot for some of the things y'all said.
Damn, really? Shot in the foot.
No, I ain't talking about shot in the foot. But anyway. Y'all seen some of my streams? One shot, one kill. That's the way it works.
If anything happened to any of the people in the chat, I am not liable. Don't come to my house. I'm snitching. DJ live in Maryland. I don't know nothing.
DJ, we gotta put out.
Yeah, you flagging? You snitching?
Yo, we gotta put out a disclaimer. The views expressed on this podcast by DJ do not express the overall views of the Framerates podcast.
We shoot first, we shoot last.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
There you go, Zay. There you go. We don't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I'm trying to sell records.
Oh, Jesus.
But all jokes aside, thanks for everybody for coming out. We have fun as usual. So, and yeah, that Madden gameplay stream was lackluster, except for a few parts. So I urge you guys to check out the Gridiron Notes. I think those will be more of an interest.
Yeah. And once again, man, the link is in the description, not only to his music, but the link to his Twitter. You go follow him on Twitter, man, and then check out what he got to offer, man. Excellent music. Real chill dude.
Hey, yeah, before we leave. Come on, baby.
Yo, Pooh got a look like.
Hey, Hey, Pooh, hey, you a real one. Hey, I see what you said.
Yo,
You a
Pooh,
real
yo,
one, though, Pooh.
Pooh got a list like homeboy from Don't Be a Menace that was crossing out the list with Tyson and shit. Motherfucker got a list with VFDJ.
Yo, I had to put him in timeout, y'all. We love him, but I had to put him in timeout.
Oh my god, that motherfucker gonna be bitching in the Discord,
He
yo.
gonna be killing us, man.
I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen. Pooh finna fuck around and find me on PSN. He gonna say, "No, run it in Madden now." Run.
You better watch it. You try to run it in Madden, you might knock Wentz out in the first quarter. You better watch it.
Good Lord.
I'm coming off the end with Chandler Jones. I'm going straight for him. I don't care if he threw the ball or not. I'm going straight for him.
All right, y'all. Hey, man, we're going to see y'all Tuesday, man. We have something to talk about. We might even go through these notes and actually talk about what's in these notes in this deep dive on Tuesday.
Christ.
So, y'all stay blessed, man, and y'all be mindful of what's going on around here. Y'all
be safe and wear them masks out there, y'all. We don't need nobody in the chat, nobody fucking with us to get corona, man. Hey, let's all stay healthy and make it through this shit, man.
There you go. Yeah. Well said. Y'all peace and love, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Peace. Oh, Jesus, Pooh. That was
great.